na tamfo ya nyami atamfo ya nyami atamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo ba gbogbo kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo ba gbogbo atehun gbeje malohun gbeje me wonje mi o gbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko ye kajo gbe mi ni gbo bo ba gbogbo anyami kajo gbe mi ni gbo bo ba gbogbo atehun gbeje malohun gbeje me wonye mi ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami atamfo ya nyami atamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo ba gbogbo kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo ba gbogbo atehun gbeje malohun gbeje me wonje mi ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko na tamfo ya nyami go tamfo yo tamfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumo jibo onyami ogbe kokoko ye kajo gbe mi ni gbo bo ba gbogbo anyami kajo gbe mi ni gbo bo ba gbogbo atehun gbeje malohun gbeje Barabbas. Therefore when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them,
Whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ? Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ? Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ?
Yes, Rory say woo.
Mama Nekunu. Hey, Mama welcome Ronnie. Whoa, would you pay to me? Whoa, will be a good Sakuko. Welcome Ata.
Mr. Tado, money,
Jimmy, Naomi, yay! Mama Santo of Dio, Mama Kumu Rollins. Mama, what was Santini? Ronnie say woo, Asatini, Mama Chayena one kuso. Ronnie say woo, why?
Yes, Rory say woo.
Mama Nekunu. Hey! Yay! Your mama welcome Ronnie. Whoa! Would you pay to me? Whoa! We'll be a good Sakuko. Welcome Ata.
Mr. Tadi, omo mani
Jimmy, no, Naomi, yay! Your mama san 12 year old. Your mama Kumu Rollins. Your mama was Santini. Rollins say, woo, Asantini. Your mama Chayena one Kuso. Rollins say, why?
Yes, Rollins say, woo.
Your mama Nekunu. Hey!
John Damani Mahama. Uche, and Tetia, NBC phone be a Kaya Yenise, or call Nigeria no. I'm so a Kako Jibi Bise, I said, dear baby piano, on Paquaya, Obetumahu, Rollins, no way Chana Catama, and Nensal, Nemore, Ayayi, and only idea, Cecilia, or everywhere. And see, I'm not on my what? Or Baha no about the Sia man for, sir, if you are on basis schools. If you are on basis hospitals, if you are on basis hotels, if you are on basis markets, don't the money Mahama Abba say, you know, and yet someone in here would dear some man for Bewu or Shantan into the Wabahasi. The last time I told you, said, John Damani Mahama will pull gum on John Rollins. I brought I said it. So I see me boy. Opa now Rollins say no. Opa also no. Masaka even the details and the cool about the CS. So yeah, so or challenge me. So I will say it again.
Treat you with Jerry John Rollins.
I treat you on the show.
John Mahama.
I said to go to John Damani Mahama by or body to say Bonsamba. Or body to say Bonsamba. On your beer, young 2472. I was shot anymore because what the bunny naba. Eti, so who Central Regia Mumusasa John Mahama Pano Obedi President Pano and fast for be Pano and a Central Regia. One Abra Obey running mate no. That's obey Vice President no. President na free Central Region wo we ayatamas wo we Vice President so misata obefa no ema nu so eba ye ono so Vice President no omo ye no ono so wuye enti John Mahama wudi na nimu a ubewu wudi na chia ubewu what I say you are greedy and the Ghana for is going to show you. Yes. So you are greedy. And the Ghana for quiet time, who did him for them? Who did the Asantemai and the Ghana for Atamoni idea? Oh, Kunkum di Pano. Ghana for ye cool. Cecil Finap, I do so. And this for no mum, and no more say, and it's not going to work. Yeah.
Oh, Lordina free fee.
Free fee.
Oh,
a free fee. Oh, I can't pay baby at now. Oh, just say, wait, I can assure you, say, Lordina Mahama will never vote for her husband. Wow. Me cry them tears in the maid. Cry business so pie. Are you Lordina Mahama? The maid, our nenity, you know. O kupima ba o baya o baba toswa Mahama. Mahama wa hamano. Mahama. Kure na nadu da Kweku Baako ana wa ruli Ghana amasumdua basanya sakura ka okra wo senka wo ye a ka wodam. Ka John Mahama nya Kweku Baako a ana won pe basabasa ade a ka wodam. You are the candidate of prison. Yes. Oh yes. What the candidate of? Oh yes. Oh yes. We're a candidate of prison. J.A Kuffour na. One man the presidential pardon. And you don't know more.
I said, "Chama want to say Obeto Chelsea." Na obi a China adwen wo ho. So a businessman obetimi aye. PV wonso adwen pa. E ade a wontumi betimi aye.
Unim men who video in there but you won't to me a better man who's obeying my touchers in the say. Omoncho 3 billion pounds in figures. Young Fanto. na ono amfa desma edisi onfa command to me hu se 3 billion ye utimi ye de na Chelsea obetima to
open so Chelsea
onim sika no belato ono mu kwanti bi no awutugu a obehu de bro enti no mutimi tro ya omo nso na zero so ono amfa command entutum utimi ye 3 billion na etimi so okwa on Chelsea for transfer you can acquire Chelsea.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
All right, good evening and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Kweku Taylor. We are live on TV, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we are live on TikTok and also live on radio. This is Home Match. I'm here tonight to discuss the NPP, my own party. I'm here to expose J.A Kuffour, and I am not the one who is going to do it. Kweku Baako just exposed Kuffour, and my job here is to explain it to you. Tonight's show is sponsored by the great NPP, the great elephant. Tonight's show is sponsored by liars in our country, parading in Ghana as truthful citizens. Tonight, we will not be mincing words. Tonight, we will be breaking into issues, secrets that majority of you Gen Zs, young people in Ghana who were born after the 90s, don't really know. My job here tonight is to break down the issues for you to have a clear understanding of what history is hiding from you. My name is Kevin Taylor. My producers are called The Ghost Team. We are live on TV. Search for Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. You will get the show live tonight. We are also live on YouTube this evening. Search for Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are streaming live on TikTok. Our official name on TikTok is Kevin Taylor _WADR. Kevin Taylor _WADR. We are also live on Facebook. Our Facebook official name, Kevin Taylor, With Audio Respect. We have two Facebook platforms, With Audio Respect page and also Loud Silence TV page. With Audio Respect page and Loud Silence TV. We are also live on radio tonight. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store, download Loud Silence Radio. You can be part of tonight's show. We are also live on iOS or on Apple. Just go to the App Store on app and then on Apple and search for Loud Silence Radio. Welcome to the show. Onyame Enshra Obia waje pene se ende nyumbre obetie no kore no. Na ende nyumbre J.A Kuffour honsam intina matenase. Ex-President Kuffour makache Ghana for say as a gentleman, as a husband, as a grandfather. Ex-President Kuffour as an Ashanti, as a statesman, I respect him so much. But ex-President Kuffour as a former politician or still a politician, he is the greatest political criminal Ghana has ever had. And I'll explain why. Ende nyumbre adekudienti atenasia yebedwudwa nsemu amagana for ehu de eko atra nipa bi edi ene senia nipa bi epese omohohoro Kuffour ho Kuffour yeti say political yesu no ende nwumbre embebunu ene embrante ene nipa dodo a omunim se Kuffour sebio na membo no ene amembo fun a Ghana for sebio yehu ye in our history and nipa dodo bi eye omadwene se obobeka no kura na ahye na omaprapra Kuffour ho manai te se sebio Yesu Kristo midwumadi a mebedi no ha nwumbre me de adanse engyinaso eba ama Ghana for nyina ehu eye dwirim krono a J.A Kuffour ene MPP no eboye enimtia ene ketahye emu impontene a yehu bi da ene nde nwumbre mi bechichirim na asam no nyina etiawa eye Kweku Baako a sebio obi anim se oye edwuma ema MPP osaye konkonseni a sebio from eye time a J.J. Rawlings ebedi president from 1992 a okachire no board hu dia se obepe kwan bi so a asay NDC party no asay J.J. Rawlings a ende akoye no yare a abona to dem no ono ena ende wabebie ye papa Kuffour to a menso maba se mi be kirechire de Kweku Baako ayem sebio mi de na metibi baby na metibi baby o Ghana ena na mi di medwuma bi ena mo ankasa mkofa J.A Kuffour asabo baaye na mi de minim hwe na metibi baby mi di medwuma me koba mi di mi pa ena mo ankasa MPP fo asantifo yi mokofa J.A Kuffour asabo baaye se yemmeka Kuffour ho asam na emom de mo ye ne se mo anhyada anka no kra efa Kuffour ho ankyere mbebunu na o maba no Kuffour dwumedi obedi ye se president no eno de mo kata so enti meda hoi mini dwuma bia di medwuma ani enti mafato me ho so se de na mo mpese mo beka kyere mbebunu no de efa Kuffour ho ana mo de esie no nyoma bia munim se mbebunu o maba no se bi omodi less than 25 years ana 30 years no mo de esie o mo no mo na mabenya na me se membra na me mekirechirem enti e was Ghana 40 ase whatever I will say here today or tonight are documents that were provided by Kweku Baako, who is the last samurai. Without due respect, I will put him to bed. I'll end his career. And I'll make sure Ghanaians get to know who J.A Kuffour is. There is no malice in what I'm doing. It's all about reminding Ghanaians of the facts, going back into time and history, and letting the young people of Ghana understand our political history. Na yedi nkomo, na yebobo president for dia. We will not forget J.A Kuffour de waye edietia Ghana or my way. Ope katasheshe, ope bibia bro different in nepotism. Ope bibia for deliberate corruption, stealing, gangantuan, deliberate stealing from we Ghanaians. Untumi enka abra wombo Kuffour din. Na debia na amanfo bibu ofume. Na MPP for edi matem. Debia me catch MPP for say me akode me manufacture information fufuro bia. Me create new documents bia. Myself and the ghost team. Yanko bebia enko kasi yakoshe kukuom e de krata bia ba. Me ba ya me beka Kuffour asem e responde Ghana for MPP for na mudi matem no. Me de eye ensem a ya wo kire egu krata so a eya bakosem a e wo bebia obi ansa betuma aka. Enti de me ya wa hai enya de fufuro. Enti sa obo me dua o okase Kuffour nyini ntimewu at the end of the day men kan some boni bia nto Kuffour so eye de Kuffour gya no ho sebio ogya ne nan no bebia ogya ne nan sie no ene na yakote a ye de abesi nanim se ye be se ye kire se the DNA wo egya nan na ogya no ho eye time na odi president no eno ano no ye papa Kuffour sebio ogya ne nan asantefo ekase ogya wo nan a kyese onigu eye de Ghana baby ena ne refi no ho se wane enti yakofa ene ye de be kyese papa enye we ye de akọ lab na ye de call lab no DNA no a test de ekire se wo DNA wom eno na mere kire Ghana for na sebio enyo kra bini ena makofa aba se Kuffour bini enya krama bini ena makofa aba se Kuffour bini ye papa Kuffour tama na odi president ono ane to bini di dwuma odi ye ena makofa besia se ye papa yi yakoye test no na test no ekire se wo DNA ne wom eno dwuma na medi mini obi ani ntokwa mini bibia etia ye papa Kuffour me do no se panyini me buno se sebio obi a wanyini a ne mfie ko enim onyame ehira no me sa do no se sebio opanyini a ode busua no me sa do no se eja me do no se de okunu me do no se papa panyini a wasom Ghana pen na eba eye ne dwumadi a odi ye as president a me hu ni se sebio omo mabidi ye so mfie bebrei no J.A Kuffour a MPP de buy no ono na ye sebio politics mu kromfo tetwa moaboa tea wedi bone akata so a emredu se ye bebie ne to ma Ghana fo hu se ne ote we nya atenie This is not insult. This is not disrespect. This is not about me saying Kuffour should die. And this is not me saying something should happen to Kuffour. In fact, I would like Kuffour to live for long so that he will witness all these things. Ebia, their course no krampo no. So I am bringing back the past and reminding the young people today that this is J.A Kuffour and this is what he believes and stands for. Intimu amubu ofu amudidi matem no. Enyumbre aha mete no. Enya se makobche adakem ena makofa fansem bi na mede be kire eye de ye papa Kuffour eja ne kire a Kweku Baako endro anadwo be 12 ode ba ye se memfa nkire Ghana fo na obi beka se de akosi de Kevin Taylor boni be na waye Kevin Taylor wudi na tem na adenti na wudi na tem since me start kan ye busa me se me beka Kuffour ho asem na me tibi baby and MPP for say Kevin Taylor and Brambeka Kuffour ho asem yes Samira kofa ne nkwara asom kofa video and me buy say me be yi ano intimate yi questions amabusa me mo MPP fo ebusa me no eno na maba say me be kirechirem intimate sebio me asoma for I am a messenger without a Bible or a Quran, a messenger who is here to speak the truth irrespective of who is before me. Intimate ma obunfu me ma obunfu ho ma obunfu Kweku Baako ma obunfu omo a omunim no kure na omudi esie no ma obunfu impenifo mo Ghana omunim se Kuffour abokro no a omo brebre so efiri se oya santini nti odi bone ani se yeka omo na ma obunfu omo na enye me. So if you're a young man watching me, whether you're in the senior high school, you are in tertiary, whether you're on the streets, you are home, this is the time to come home and understand why every single time I sit here, I tell Ghanaians that J.A Kuffour, ex-President Kuffour, is the greatest political criminal in the history of the Republic of Ghana and will need any right to even speak about who should lead Ghana and who should be elected as President of the Republic. And then you bring my dear Mibedino, it is not personal. I keep saying this. It is not against a tribe, an individual. It is basically the fact that I am ready to pour out. Intimamo bi abunfu gidi bi anim ebufuo ni wemu we nyina ye nuanom na sebio abakosem na ye pese ye nyina ye hu nokura ewom. Inti sebio ope asama ka kire me a wo so kofa nokura no ne beka kire me anase de me beto ha no se krata bi a me beto show we so enda anadwi se sebio eya who are the right to come on your platform and say krata we eya. That's all. Na de ya ede ewom nyina ne say krata ya ndem ne be kire mu a me bedwudwam no ama Ghana fo ehu say ye papa Kuffour and oye one of the most serious political criminals in Ghana no sa krata no se me de beto abontene a eye Kweku Baako na de aba se me nkenkan kire mo utie de meka no mesramo me hu se ma invent new word bi distraction will say the friend saying Kevin Taylor is I'm not distracting anybody. If you want to promote Baumia, promote Baumia. Nobody I am crazy. I get it. It is also Kevin Taylor diversion attention then. So Kevin Taylor divert attention. You have your platform, talk about Mahmoud Baumia good works. That's all. Unless you say say I am making that impact and none of you dogs can stop me. It is a who feel me divert attention. You will be from adult education with TV so betima akoshe. So who feel me divert attention. You will be your friend a year. Which one is this? Okay, I got it. 2007, right? Okay, thank you, Mr. S. So, sir, who feel me create me divert attention? What do you do? When we say Kevin Taylor divert attention, what do you do? Then talk about Baumia, talk about the good things of Baumia, convince people that Baumia is a better candidate. So you should be even happy about it. Sir, Kevin Taylor is not talking about John Mahama's administration. He is diverting attention. So if I'm diverting attention, what do you do? Yes, promote Baumia. Your job is to promote Baumia and the good works of the MPP. Leave me to divert attention. Because to you, my diverting of attention, it will not change anything. Yours will change. So go and speak the truth and go and get paid. Now, 2007. All right. Maminchia ni paba mienu bi na Ghana for imbebunu ni nyina ente de ekonase. Oh, a young man with 25 years, below 30 years for nyina. This is your show. Me besa mo ti ase say Kweku Baako say or the nkrata bi abegu internet so na odi begu so no tugu so keke sa nkrata na odi ba bete Kuffour ho no me ba be chirechirim nkrata ne de ewom na wotie de won nkrata no mu wi na afi waka chem se Kuffour onya political criminal na waka chere won se identity na nipa bi tena Ghana ehye da prapra Kuffour to say oye angel and the nyoma obete no you'll be shocked uhu Kuffour obetwam se Kuffour mountain stage na waka chere won se kwoto abama we obedi nkebusa ne say does he have the moral right to even sit on any stage in Ghana or any platform to tell us say yan kwoto abama obi. The last person to have that audacity or nerve, Kennedy, thank you very much, to stand on any platform to introduce a candidate to us, J.A Kuffour, he does not have that right. J.A Kuffour, he has no right to speak when it comes to electing leaders or Ghana politics. He has no right, no iota of right. He has nothing, zilch. He should shut up and with all due respect, stay at home. I can see Manfred Sam watching me tonight. Cindy Esinam Asare is live on Loud Talents TV this evening. Obi to say it's Kwame watching me this evening. Marian is live here. Fowl is watching me this evening. And that's FAW. I can see Mariam Abbas Mahama back on Loud Talents TV this evening. Hajia is live here. Black is watching me. Amos Labi is also live on Loud Talents TV this evening. Omunyina ewo Facebook any YouTube. Don't show me ende nyumbre. Mihu obisu to say a year. Lamteni Odate Amos is back again. Obi Esu to say Empress Yasmin is watching Kevin Taylor in the Ghost team this evening. Prince Haji is watching me on TikTok. So mihu a few people on TikTok tonight. Mihu obi to say a year. Dr. Royal watching me this evening. Original JK is live here on TikTok. What's going on TikTok? Yeah, all these designs, I hate it. I don't want to see these things. Okay, Omar is live on TikTok this evening. Official Christopher is watching me. King of TikTok is live on TikTok this evening. The Hootie is watching me. Nana Ahemful is live here. I can also see DJ Apuzo watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team. Cloud is watching me this evening. Luxury Style Designs they are on TikTok this evening. Nana Kwesi on TikTok. Good evening to Ekuya Yashi, the class prefect on TikTok. I'd like to say thank you very much, Ekuya, for being there for Loud Talents TV. Modesta is watching me. Hala Madrid Nati is watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team this evening. All platforms are blazing. We are ready to do justice to the issues. Courtesy, this show is sponsored by Kweku Baako. This show is sponsored by Kweku Baako Jr. Or no enede enkrata anabase. Menkin kandi nyina nchiremo. Intermediate enyame. Mwankasa monkofo enende omse minjudwum emamo ehu senia J.A Kuffour otie. Now it's got to do with a hotel wawa Kuffour hotel no ene emun sensema aka. That is what we will be doing tonight. But also tias here mementan Kuffour enkwara omaba imbebunu omaba Gen Z omudi MPP echi. Any Ghana from Bebuno or Ghana, Omun Shada Nim Kuffour history because when you go on the internet, J.A Kuffour making sure say answer the free power no Bonia Odi when it comes to corruption or pepa ninina. So it becomes very difficult to get information on Kuffour. But we are doing our best. And whatever you get on this platform, no, trust me, nobody in Ghana or outside Ghana can contest it. Me say when we do the show, Nasa will say, oh dear, your time Kuffour, come out and say you are suing. J.A Kuffour has their spokespersons. J.A Kuffour, he himself, he can speak very well. Ope, ex-president of Ghana, or type of interview, J.A Kuffour. So he can speak on this matter and say, Kevin Taylor lied, I am going to sue. Or anybody who feels to say, Kevin Taylor can't try to Kuffour, so no, made a document in it to now what I'm documenting this time. These documents, and I'm going to say this particular segment is sponsored by Kweku Baako, and this is Kweku Baako. Ebiana Muref, you know. Kweku Baako no onye. And I'd like to tell you, sorry. This is Kweku Baako. This episode is sponsored by Kweku Baako. On the last samurai, Jandam, King Kong of the NPP. And Nagui, we will take off the samurai's head, literally, for people to understand. Say, Kweku Baako oyakokra tete azana no ene echem M1 ultimately. Right now, where we are, Kweku Baako there we kusi kura. A people or the NPP. Omo probi mana be clinical for it is not Kweku Baako. Kweku Baako and King Kankura uhu. Uncle Somalia and the toilet gate and energy toilet. Kweku Baako is done. And if you think that Kweku Baako is the one going to clean Kuffour up, then you people are making the greatest mistake. Kweku Baako has actually exposed J.A Kuffour. Nyome bi ana yem pese beka ho asem. Nyome bi ana yem pese ye bede beto abontene manipa embebru ne hunu. Kweku Baako say yem fa nto abontene. So wa wo hwem no ka kire papa Kuffour say Kevin Taylor is not against him. Kevin Taylor does not hate him. It is Kweku Baako who has given Kevin Taylor the green light to come and expose his corrupt deeds. So the show is sponsored by this man called Kweku Baako Jr. Team, stay with me. Don't get it twisted. Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team, we are live and we are live like crazy.
Kankaliga abuayo, kankaliga abuayo, kankaliga senge mame, kankaliga abuayo, wa bwana estedio, senge mame, kankaliga senge mame, kankaliga boy, you know, hey boy slow mo, Fesiano, boy segate, hey boy, amuzuno, emboyo, yemkobayo, kankaliga boy vibrator. Akano. Any boy.
All right, thank you very much for being here tonight. You are still live on Loud Silence TV. A year. The Kuffour episode. I know lots of people, they don't really like what I'm doing, but history is very important. We need to have these white things. What's going on? Yeah. And I'm Mr. Juni, very nice guy. What's going on? All right. Still a nice guy. Fanboy. Maybe I did girls, no. Fanboy, I got some fanboy. I said that be fanboy for look cool. Fanboy.
Tescon. But a huge. Thank you very much. This is I'm Pat Mitiasia Pa. This is a great evening.
I think I will have to take time and clear all these things from my hair, but they don't want to go. I'll take care of it. Still, Fine Boy is still around. Almost, my time still a man for it to me. All right. So the issue here is, did you see the verb? The verb was talking. Be very careful with the verb. It's a very dangerous verb. It does not talk true. Now let's get serious on this issue. Team, I'm going to start from the back. For a very long time, Ghana for Bibri Imbebuno Musiso in Sembia Yakachamo any history about the Fourth Republic. A year time at J.J. Rawlings, 1992, Ebedi president. ABC J.A Kuffour so, ABC Professor Mills, may so rest in peace. ABC John Mahama so, Eba Ayedian Achichedie Kuffour so, and Asaba John Mahama so. In Sembibri see. Now there is one thing we have all for some time now. In fact, and I'm not a kid like that. There was something created our Ghana politics say J.A Kuffour has never even hurt an ant before. Now, in fact, at a point, people felt that J.J. Rawlings was talking too much about Kuffour, and Rawlings hated Kuffour so much. A lot of people in Ghana were worried, and people started asking questions. In fact, some group of people in Ghana felt to say, oh, because J.J. Rawlings is the president, Kuffour be the president di J.J. Rawlings ya. For a long time, no, Rawlings complained about the actions of Kuffour and the kind of things he did behind the scenes, and the kind of character he portrayed in front of the world and Ghanaians. Now, J.J. Rawlings is a totally different character from your ordinary politician. J.J. Rawlings is the robust type. He is the very vocal, vociferous type. He is the kind who is not able to keep things in him. He is the kind who does not pretend around people. So all that happened behind the scenes, on a normal day, any politician or person who pleases the public, will keep quiet about it. But because of where J.J. Rawlings is coming from, the things he went through before he became the president of the Republic in 1992, democratically elected president, he felt to say he has put so much on the line for somebody like J.A Kuffour, who is a pretender, to create an impression, say, or no, J.J. Rawlings is a bad person, and that he, Kuffour, is the perfect president that Ghana has ever had. So, consistently, J.J. Rawlings was speaking, and we are going to talk about J.A Kuffour Semunde, but I want you to know the character, who J.A Kuffour is, the kind of person he is, nipa or ye, before we delve into the documentations and things that will basically be the icing of the cake for people to know the real character, your friend J.A Kuffour. Because we need to understand, say, there are some people in Ghana or a group or tribe, Sebio Asantefonibia. They did everything possible, or they are still doing everything possible to whitewash J.A Kuffour to say, obey the president, One, every single thing in Ghana was 100%. Two, he was never involved in any corrupt activity, whether nepotism, whether conflict of interest, whether abusing state office, whether taking personal issues and using state power against other people, especially colleagues in politics. And this kind of perception has been created for over 28 years by some group of people. Intendeno, when J.A Kuffour speaks, Ana Kuffour kasa, mamenka ni chi na yina akankasa ni yina ntiasiye. Se Kuffour kasa, people basically on Kuffour Ghana na oma dane Kuffour kasa they say the Yesu akasa. But the honest truth is, so who take veil no off, and I say we a year in 10 time, and I say a year net na etari Kuffour nim na. He's basically one of the most dangerous, corrupt politicians Ghana yenya in a long time. The reason why J.J. Rawlings time obey a president from 92 time all handing over Kuffour, Ghanaians were basically positioned, their brains were positioned. Because baby say, ya break J.J. Rawlings with the swatch. Whether he's good or bad, we don't want Rawlings to continue. So there was some hatred that was generated from the time JJ stepped in from 79 or best stop a MPP as for changing the narrative. No, Ghanaians were basically like, we have had enough of Rawlings. So whatever Rawlings was doing at that time, some perception and idea was created in the heads of Ghanaians. Whatever Rawlings might have been doing or was doing then, there were people in Ghana who never recognized it, and especially the NPP fraternity. Omo nananum ebesi omo maso ebesi time Rawlings every power yede Kuffour be di ade. And you could see say it was a deliberate thing, and nipa bi ye say Kuffour de and titru no, and importantly why Santini no sebio asantini de sebio odin kwasi asem kra o say ye asantifo no ebo na baso na ye hyehye ne ye na Ghana fo kra hu se o ye bonsama o say dan ne ma nanim be ye te say sebio Yesu Kristo. So it was a deliberate na amanfo bia bo mutirimu po say di omo be ye no enti Kuffour be di president no nyoma bone Kuffour ye ewudie sem e koso dwirim ketase any nyoma president bianye bi da Kuffour ye no ye nuanom dodo anom di Kuffour chom ya santifoni bi no omo kata ne nyina so e na omo force Ghana fom ye gidi se Kuffour ye MPP ni oya santini oya Ghana ni a sebio onya nwuranyi nyetani enye kroboni enye bununi enye kusasini ne de eye dan a o sa de bi obeye ye bia no ye ma Ghana fortune say ono na the best president of Ghana enti Kuffour boni nyina no nipa bi ahemfo ahema politicians asofo omo nyina ka hyeye e no mka say Kuffour ono na oye ye doba na Nyankopon eyi na maye. But before I enter into the wagon, Kweku Baako ejumadi odi ama menyubre se bindi no. Moma yanko back ni yanko tie J.J. Rawlings interview kakrebi. Na sa interview J.J. Rawlings interview bia or grantee Italian media. Na ochre oyawa J.A Kuffour ye dane Ghana akonya hye nsem. Say omeye the president of Ghana and the president of everybody and make sure say aponche kra or Ghana or ye Ghana ni no ye the aponche de kra na hye nsem, and he has every right to protect every single person, including ex-presidents who basically came together or led the Fourth Republic, a Ghana Constitution. Remember, without J.J. Rawlings allowing a constitution to be put together, Anka J.A Kuffour and Kochuta Africa, it's a fact. So whether you like it or not, J.J. Rawlings, the to be paving way the Kuffour being a president today, Kuffour would have been nothing without J.J. Rawlings. I am not being hard on Kuffour. I am being realistic on Kuffour. And the people are almost said that a creative monster out of JJ and made Kuffour look like the Jesus Christ in Ghana. Into without Rawlings allowing the Constitution of Ghana to be drafted or put together for us to have elections to elect a president, you know, and Kuffour would have been some man me working on some under some village as a teacher, as a policeman, or whatever profession he wanted to choose. But J.J. Rawlings, EG2 Musa, yenye constitution. Na president biaba owo mfie 9, obo no homodi ya na mfie 9 ka ho no. Ene na ma nipa bi te se Kuffour ebenya president di no. So Kuffour owes everything today to J.J. Rawlings, whether he likes it or not. And he has nothing to talk about. Only option bia and no. Without Rawlings allowing constitution to be put together and Kuffour to be the president, he would have died a pauper. But because of J.J. Rawlings allowing us to do or put that constitution together, no, and Kuffour and the statesman, ya de Ghana sika ne ma, na mana bedum pempensui, nyame ekoso hira ne se onyini nche. If you say Ghana for ya tax and ya de Kuffour ende. Mebo bumfu. We are being honest. Na mumya go tie J.J. Rawlings, so ka asemi na uti asemi wi a na ma kire J.A Kuffour nipa oye ansa na yewura wagon nim wagon na Kweku Baako say and the min chire ma Ghana for ntino. This is J.J. Rawlings.
Until I left all my life together with that of my wife, until I left office, schooling, officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you go and look into every bank account and to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny anywhere in any bank in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help, etc. So having no account. Oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world. Anybody help me? It's not for myself. I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking
painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. Put a little money aside. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. You listen to me carefully. About 8,000, to take care of her needs, etc., into the hotel. 22,000 it was going to cost us, either dollars or euro. I think it was dollars, into the hospital. When the operation, after a while, I had to leave and go back to Ghana and left her. Here's the shocking part of it. After the operation was done, on borrowed money, people don't believe it, but it's true, on borrowed money, when the operation was done, she was discharged into the hotel so that she could be brought in once in a while, for checkup, a review. Can you believe that when the driver of the embassy under the new government informed the ambassador that I have to take Mrs. Rawlings, for a review, the ambassador said no. In Switzerland, the Ghanaian ambassador, it happened in Switzerland, said no. The driver was so shocked, he put the embassy car key on the table, went and used his own personal car to go and drive my wife to the hospital for the review. This is the kind of vicious petty-mindedness that you can sometimes run in parts of the world in terms of my relationship with this character that, your Western powers or the Western powers have promoted, and they are trying to sanitize his image as if he's the cleanest, finest head of state in Africa. It's absolute rubbish. He's a criminal. He's a thief. He went around telling the world, wrote a letter to every bank around the world that I had stolen suitcases of money into bank accounts. I was trying to kill him, make a coup. I had stolen 19 cars, etc. All of them were false. I will not tell you something that the bank, it took 3 months for me to be able to open a bank account through somebody. Finally, when the bank manager was going to open that account for me, do you know what he told his Swiss friend? You can come and do it. Every day he goes there. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Finally, after 3 months, the man told my friend that he is one of the few African heads of state who does not own a foreign account. You can now come and open the account for him. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is, look at the difficulty I had from my own government, from outside. But then the other side of it is that to be so mean that not even the driver could send my wife for a review. That ambassador, for being so, he was so mean, the government withdrew every protocol facility as a former head of state. I have to carry my own suitcases, never mind. They even tried to get Swissair not to give me protocol. And Swissair told them, hey, you don't do that. They tried to campaign with other governments. Don't give this man protocol facility, etc. And yet, I'm supposed to have been the man who turned the situation round in Ghana, in West Africa. You know, so in effect, what I'm trying to say is that we've had a pretty rough time, but the more you show hatred towards your opposition, sometimes towards us, the more you get promoted in some parts of the world. It's not healthy. I mean, we must begin to stop treating oppositions and ourselves as enemies. We must begin to rather engage in constructive relationship, constructive criticism, and not attempt to destroy and to see the opposition as your enemy to be destroyed.
So this is J.J. Rawlings telling us ordeals that will come after Kuffour took power. Now, more Monte Brofono, J.J. Rawlings say yare. The no kakusi ani say ono free power. The man ni ba no hono so be hu say sebio me man ene omo a me kuma omo no omo sebio omo di mhwamo ne say ne yare. Na ne yere ne anyina nim so asthma. Satana Kuffour be di president. Ne yare no na afei o se de ne kwa abrochire. Ekohwe ne yare. Na oni accounts bia wo ekuro bia so wiase. Enti ni nyina ne se ode ne ni beto Kuffour ban nim. O say Kuffour ban the letter president emom the letter paper be miensa ba say on sign ne yiri wu. Kuffour say mfa no ho. J.J. Rawlings so tu kwan kwa abrochire kop sresre sika. Ansa na ne yiri no enya hospital bi kurampa akọ ameyasa ne yare. Na de na eya ne say abrochire na obaye no. Na embassy na ye Ghana embassy e wo ho no na e wo say car na omo no omo yimu baako no de ma driver no ode ne yire no why yes operation awie no check a follow up no na nka de bia na nkoma we fa ne kakra no de da hospital no ambassador na ka kire driver ne say Kuffour say memo mu ntu car bia wo ho mfa J.J. Rawlings yire na oyare na owu no entum Emma driver na eye ne ya to the point to say ode car na keys na e wa embassy wo no Emma omo no Kuffour no ankasa ne car. J.J. Rawlings a former President of the Republic of Ghana. J.J. Rawlings na ema ye chiro constitution ma J.A Kuffour benya president ye. Say nka J.J. Rawlings anka Kuffour anka sebe o ekura siditi Kumasi. Ambassador ne ka kire eye driver ne say J.A Kuffour ka kire mo say memo mo fa car bia ma J.J. Rawlings ene ne yire enko hospital nkwohwe ne yire ma. O se de na eya ne say eye Emwa e was abanboa eye any former president otu kwan assistance. Your friend protocol. I was say ye boa o flight obefo baby obeda security obema no. J.A Kuffour ji ni nyina fi J.J. Rawlings nsem. Into odru abrochira or to say any ordinary person. Na e din ma no. Na ni etutu ka ni nsem. Satana Kuffour na ye Ghana president a. Ye sika na also odeboa J.J. Rawlings. E di saving e yire. E di man the protocol for say onye. Kuffour basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die. Because withdraw protocols. JK free omunsem. So one person embassy in Babuamwa, then technically you want the man's wife to die. Ade ami boy, enyame nkwa na miko. Eye de Kuffour de J.J. Rawlings. Na mika say nyubro bi ka say, "Hey, Rawlings no boa." J.J. Rawlings de an ye nimu andisi for ohanha nani kansam. J.J. Rawlings munimu no me sure say MPP for the be better radio so ochna aka say hey Rawlings akotena brochire e na okeka sansem no ni nyina atron kwa no kra ba komponim nti it is Rawlings word against Kuffour de na Kuffour kafa ho and makacha Ghana for say enya personal but it is important that we go back into history for us to know the kind of people are and J.A Kuffour should not be worshipped as one of the best presidents. He's the worst president. So what time will be cry? Na nyese nipa no eda owom paso. Kuffour basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die. It's simple as that. Inti obi bega say Yetia ne eka asema to Kuffour so. Ye papa Kuffour. Ye papa Kuffour de wenyini. Ye papa Kuffour de wedi president. Can you tell him muade ana or tan Kuffour de Kuffour atem no. Eni cha bidin ka bo video na Rollins eka saye no. Now imbre bi du ne ebusa Kuffour sa asem wei eye no kre. Asama J.A Rollins ka ye say oje protocol bia firi nsem sika kro de behwe ne ba ne yire hospital be o se o man we bua no wa ma na nsi wo so o make sure say ne ho be kire no ema ni atutu ka ni nsem eye no kre. An interview was conducted by Bolare any J.A Kuffour tenas no busa ne say sa asem wei eye no kre say wo di sa de we di J.A Rollins mo me anko tie J.A Kuffour answer o maaye.
That's not how I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think you could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him?
We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what you have done to him?
Occasionally, we meet at some function, we shake hands. And the wife is in a way a distant relative of mine from Kumasi.
So what's your relationship with his wife?
These days, fine.
These days?
These days, fine.
But in the past, it wasn't?
Some time ago, there were things that really disturbed. And I expressed my displeasure in ways for her to know that she needed to go gingerly.
But these days?
Oh, now I believe we are fine.
You believe or you know?
I believe. That, let me say it from my perspective.
Yes.
I hope she feels the same as I feel. I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think you could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No. We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered...
That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered...
That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what...
It's one gasawati. Bolare busa say J.A Kuffour. J.A Rollins I can't say me bria found him. Osina na yiri de owo mpa so. As a former president, Oba wo for moi. Emma Sebio wa baino eshada yimuni se ombre na ne yire nka krampo nko onwu asemwe enokre osi an enokre ana bulare busa nse inti JJ Rawlings insema na okanyina nse na weni da ho ena wo ye de wo ye ne se ne yiri be free ne nsa abro ye former president osi an ana bulare se edie pa na Rawlings de de o dien boni na odidi wu edie na Rawlings ne yire ede ye wo ama a former president obeto na wachichire maima unya bi abedi no utumi hyeda asa na yiri ewu da ewo mpas no utumi yiweni se owu kura nka wope die pa na Rawlings de ye o osi o Rawlings ye ne say Rawlings kwa abrochire a osi ono kofo ne incompetent na kofo aban na oye no aban ne nya aban pa osi enu nti God damn it, man. This is vindictiveness, pettiness to the highest level. This man Kuffour. Na and the man for to di matem. Kuffour no masem and a midju matcha Ghana for. Or say the kudienti and koma J.A Rawlings yiri wu. Or J.A Rawlings ni diplomatic di and di in African because Rawlings kwa abroche mrebino. Or kokasa ka say or no Kuffour ye incompetent. Or no Kuffour no abano or chichiri Ghana on chichiri ni ye and nuntina. Yani esika na da ho na onfamwa former president onfam hwe ne yiri onfam protect mo se wanye it was J.A Rawlings eko nanti abrochi a ne yiri yakwaji ni to hospital a oma embassy no edina mo of just a car no Rawlings ba fi no ka kire say J.A be ka kire say oh anka ope eye den sa assistance no o se ehwo no ka kire Rawlings say so akwa abrochi o ka say me incompetent a ye be yi ni nyina efiri into whatever make J.A Rawlings a former president and Kuffour ewo protection over every single thing I demand edi ehwe no ho yare no and Kuffour ka kire say o ka kire J.A Rawlings say or GBB free Rawlings in same adentra J.A Rawlings akoka say ono Kuffour ye incompetent to abrochi. This is a wicked man. Minyamba Kweku Baako sponsored partner so I'm making you understand nipa J.A Kuffour ye nipa yeso we ye Ghana ni or abadaye we oni abadaye na me say Kuffour beka say J.A Rawlings kumi maame J.A Rawlings kumi nana J.A Rawlings repeat me ba ana me yire o say Rawlings kwa abroche keke koka say na aban ne nya aban pa na ono Kuffour no o ye incompetent enunti enanka o hwe enihan ema Rawlings yiri ne wu na onim bulare sa busa ne say na ne yire no one ne ye fine also first ne na me ne ye fine but sisia no me ne ye fine meaning that time no he didn't like the wife and he didn't like Rawlings and if they had died he would have been happy about it because who studied the kaserimu also inka ne de na me ne nka enti inka no that time na na one ne nka no ote se ma me ne yare or the won paso Rawlings hiamboa no anything no share that and make sure say nya sa assistance no na ne yiri kunedu ewu so Kuffour basically decided to commit murder with the power we have given him. Yes, Kuffour was committing murder because he knew what he was doing. He deliberately decided to take all those things from Rawlings for the wife to die because those times not in the wife they say we are not in the kuninka. Into this man, how can anybody in Ghana tell me say wey a man me ekwamiti hey Ghana nia or ye bebunu this record where nipa also Gina stage I catch me say koto abama we na me do Ghana. This man has never loved Ghana. He has always been a selfish, vindictive man. And I know the watch J.A Rawlings situation mu. I know the watch Rawlings situation mu. As a former president, why cool? What bre? Now what trans say yenye constitution for watch Rawlings situation mu. For once, it does not matter how much you hate Rawlings, but put yourself in Rawlings' situation, his shoes, and then ask yourself this question: Papa we nipa? I was in the Ghana. Say he is one of the best presidents. Ayenya. Actually, nipa kubia bodam. I don't person criticize impression to a trim. Whatever I'm saying here, I'm giving you receipts. It is not personal. This is the history of J.A Kuffour when he was given power as the NPP president. And yet J.A Rawlings and Kweku Baako president in da kobiso bewu anka J.A Kuffour ultimate president da. So you ask yourself, how can anybody in Ghana today tell me say Kuffour yankana sem? Kuffour deliberately decided it was his vision to murder Rawlings' wife indirectly with the power that we gave him. Because I would hear Rollins, there was pain in his voice. And that pain was what this man did to him. But you see, because MPP before they own the media, the narrative from Nkwarabrem and Nkwarani don't know what Kuffour did. This is dangerous. This man is not supposed to be a statesman. For him to casually, for Kuffour to casually sit on TV and say this from his mouth, this man is one of the most wicked people in Ghana. Because Rollins went out and said, oh, yeah, incompetentity. Now we share him and Yiriu. Into so J.J. Rollins video now. There's pain in the guy's heart because Kuffour is a double-sided individual, or you're dangerous and tricky.
Parlando di moralità, schooling officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you go and look into every bank account. And to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny, anywhere, in any bank, in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help, etc. So having no account, oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world. Can anybody help me? It's not for myself. I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking, painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. You listen to me carefully. About 8,000, you know, to take care of her needs, etc., into the hotel. 22,000 it was going to cost us, either dollars or euro. I think it was dollars, into the hospital. When the operation, after a while, I had to leave and go back to Ghana and left her. Here's the shocking part of it. After the operation was done, on borrowed money, people don't believe it, but it's true. on borrowed money. When the operation was done, she was discharged into the hotel so that she could be brought in once in a while, you know, for checkup, a review. Can you believe that when the driver of the embassy under the new government informed the ambassador that I have to take Mrs. Rawlings, you know, for a review, the ambassador said no. In Switzerland, the Ghanaian ambassador, it happened in Switzerland, said no. The driver was so shocked, he put the embassy car key on the table, went and used his own personal car to go and drive my wife to the hospital for the review. This is the kind of vicious petty-mindedness that you can sometimes run in parts of the world in terms of my relationship with this character that, you know, your Western powers or the Western powers have promoted, and they are trying to sanitize his image as if he's the cleanest, finest head of state in Africa. It's absolute rubbish. He's a criminal. He's a thief. He went around telling the world, wrote a letter to every bank around the world that I had stolen suitcases of money into bank accounts. I was trying to kill him, make a coup. I had stolen 19 cars, etc. All of them were false. I will not tell you something that the bank, it took 3 months for me to be able to open a bank account through somebody. Finally, when the bank manager was going to open that account for me, do you know what he told his Swiss friend? You can come and do it. Every day he goes there. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Finally, after 3 months, the man told my friend that he is one of the few African heads of state who does not own a foreign account. You can now come and open the account for him. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is, look at the difficulty I had from my own government, from outside. But then the other side of it is that to be so mean that not even the driver could send my wife for a review. That ambassador, for being so, he was so mean, the government withdrew every protocol facility as a former head of state. I have to carry my own suitcases, never mind. They even tried to get Swissair not to give me protocol. And Swissair told them, hey, you don't do that. They tried to campaign with other governments. Don't give this man protocol facility, etc. And yet, I'm supposed to have been the man who turned the situation round in Ghana, in West Africa. You know, so in effect, what I'm trying to say is that we've had a pretty rough time, but the more you show hatred towards your opposition, sometimes towards us, the more you get promoted in some parts of the world. It's not healthy. I mean, we must begin to stop treating oppositions and ourselves as enemies. We must begin to rather engage in constructive relationship, constructive criticism, and not attempt to destroy and to see the opposition as your enemy to be destroyed.
That's not how I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think we could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said, no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No. We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you?
That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you want?
That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you want?
So this is J.A Kuffour. I said no regrets. Kobani will grant him. Now you see the things I've been talking about. They be amikache Ghana for say me echo na me nye ready se meka Kuffour ho asem. Until NPP for your imagine say menka Kuffour ho asem na menka Kuffour history enche Ghana mebunu. Na me mo monti ase say sa party NPP no a dangerous political party. Na me nye ready. Until NPP for omo makoso omo la ya omo musika omo ho chire omo bre. Cause Kevin Branabeka Kuffour wasem. That is why I'm doing this. It is not personal. I need the young people omunim Ghana politics history no. Bebe so mo tinyo me bi ase. Bebe so mo ti omo hu nipa bi they need to understand say omo ye nipa bi abontene no nipa bi na create omo so omo ye good people but they are not. And a typical example from what we have watched is J.A Kuffour. It had then a Kuffour to multi stage. No catch Ghana for say Munyi nipa we president. How? Why should we do that? Why should any real Ghanaian, rational Ghanaian, trust J.A Kuffour, a man who deliberately decided to allow another fellow man's wife to die? Why should anybody be associated with such a character? Anytime I say Kuffour as a husband, I respect him. Kuffour as a dad, I respect him. Kuffour as a granddad, I respect him. Kuffour as an Ashanti man, I respect him as a head of a family. But Kuffour as a president is one of the most corrupt criminals, political criminals we have ever seen in our history as a nation. And nobody can change my mind on this matter. Nobody. Because I'm distinguishing. I'm drawing the line for you to understand why I believe that in our politics, nobody should listen to Kuffour making a statement, endorsing somebody, or telling us what to do. No. He failed the first principle of politics. As a president, your responsibility is even to take care of your enemies in your country, especially when you have a former president. He left the seat for you to come get your ass on. He actually supervised and made sure there's a constitution for you to come and steal money for your family. Now, we are going to enter the wagon. Endra, Enyumbre. And this man, Kweku Baako, edit document be beto internet in the so. Ni nyina ne say, yes, makoka say, Hotel Wawa, mabeye expose about how Kuffour deliberately edi nenim ko share ni ba enim, edi Ghana sika $6 million or $4 to $5 million in 2005. 2003-4-5 editor hotel na ono ankasa pese oni but because no president nti or the share ni banim almost say documents na me abekire no sebio Kweku Baako say he is coming to defend Kuffour into akofa shraj for investigations on the hotel Wawa Kuffour ne ba obi a company 2002 Kuffour be the president 2001 January 2002 na Kuffour ba ebie company na Kuffour Baako ene ne nuaba omunko na the sole owners of the company sole signatory na Kuffour boy Chief Kuffour ena omutumi egada government banks to give them over $6 million to buy a hotel that shares wall with Kuffour's private residence. In fact, utie history kra na Kuffour says the private residence no onkotena ho if we say sa hotel na no musi no na ebe blocking view. That are the allegations. So Kuffour catch the owner of that hotel and say either so beton hotel na ma ono Kuffour and also obebu dan egu. That is how owner of that hotel eka say okay say obebu egu ami nyaka prede I am going to sell it. That is how they choked the man literally to get him to surrender the hotel to them. Those were allegations. But so we share records no now we follow now we check how events unfolded. You can see it is clear that might have been what happened for the owner of that hotel to hand over that building or that hotel to Kuffour's son indirectly because it was Kuffour who was purchasing it. Enkora maba muntie me. Mumu bebre na mudi di MPP echi a muhu Kuffour na yeke kan sem bi kire mo Kuffour de ne hu ni asem onye obi abone Kuffour a dangerous man. The MPP as a political party is a very dangerous political party. And me be kire J.A Kuffour edi Ghana. J.A Sebio boys is so hard you know. J.A Kuffour edi Ghana. Now, before Mayor Kuffour story we no, I want to send this message to the people around Kuffour. I'm going to do another scandal on Kuffour, and it will break the camel's back. And the scandal is a NIB a collapse. I am going to do a scandal on Eland. How was Eland's account at NIB entered into by the former MD's son, Nidine Daniel Jima, under Kuffour's regime? Eland. How NIB collapsed. How account what NIB? Your YP Sikenina womb, the MD or the CEO of the NIB, Neba Daniel Jima. How? I am going to prove to Ghana for the damage Kuffour did. Because me who say Yemubi ya true for. Currently, as I speak, there's an arbitration in London on this issue. And all happened under Kuffour. Kuffour says, I'm coming on that matter. Kweku Baako says, I'm coming on the matter. All the people who are in Kuffour's administration, they have to understand, I'm coming on that matter. But today, I'm going to respond to Kweku Baako's post. Me na me to be baby. And I'm catching up say, Munjai dia moye no. Because dia moye no, ebe mama bie Kuffour too. Emma, Kuffour ankasa busuafo be po no. But you people didn't listen. Okay. Now, my mention nipa kuobi. Me for me ni munchechero ansa na yakoyenim. Se ne be ya show ni kwaso a obeti ase. Now, this document. Ena Kweku Baako edebeto internet ne so. Abdul Malik Kweku Baako. Or say strategy for your investigations. Now investigations no or no was investigations no. It Andrew Kweku Baako be publish investigations no. Time investigations or publishing no. He was trying to wash Kuffour off that hotel wawana neba enim any the toy no. Inti Kweku Baako came out. And also a publishing document to Obia Nibi and as Kweku. We understand. Document not published here, no, it is the same document I'm going to speak to, but in detail. Now Ghana for a follow the Kweku Baako dia to abontene about Kuffour. Now for ye no busam say Kuffour sebio politically or a kromfo and also kromfo. And if anybody can convince you say Kuffour nipe bi Ghana politics, we need to hail him. We are doing this to save the young generation. They need to understand Ghana politics. Anyway, this episode is dedicated to Kweku Baako. And can you know I'm coming your way because Osimen Mamontias here there were shrage investigations in him. Into Uchakia or say published here for the benefit of the public and posterity are excerpts. Unedited and undiluted of the report of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SRAJ, into allegations of corruption and conflict of interest against His Excellency J.A Kuffour in respect of the acquisition of a hotel, in quotes, of a hotel at Airport West, Accra, dated April 20th, 2006. It's a report we or say a SRAJ for a detailed investigative report. Now, say report no and the chire say Kuffour hu song. We get it. Kuffour hu song yate. I say this is part one of the public interest exercise in the serialization of the very critical and fundamental contents of the report, which dealt with the originating allegations and the subsequent investigations, findings, and conclusions by the SRAJ. I say sakra tawe or the internet this one. Or the babe chira Ghana for say Kevin tell and some or kano Kuffour hu song Kuffour anto hotel bia Kuffour hu mbom na enchire mu ni hwehwemu a SRAJ ye no ni nyina nkrata no enie. That's fine. Enti de Kweku Baako di abrɛ no sa jollof no eno an ye be serve no nwumre. I don't have any document from what Kweku Baako di aba enti me pesa me chira wo say I am going to speak to Kweku Baako's document na me wi a Now, if Mabusa Kweku Baako say, who is more corrupt than Kuffour? Now, my main friend Nipa Bidin Entro. Time na Kuffour a year president, no, from 1993 to 2000 and I think 8. Emil Short was the boss of Shraj. Emil Short on an air Shraj boss. In fact, na Shraj and again Shadanti mom office king and Emmanuel fully equipped, but there was Shraj. Papa we and the boss of Shraj. Time as asem we buy. But one interesting thing, the better Adebi, the deputy, your friend Mami we Anna Bossman. She was the deputy to Emil Short. Time as Kuffour asem we see. Mami we friend Anna Bossman. Anna Bossman, born 1st December 1957, is a Ghanaian lawyer, human rights advocate, and diplomat. She is best known for serving as acting commissioner of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, and later as Ghana's ambassador to France, Portugal, and permanent representative to UNESCO. Into a servo was Shraj and Kuffour as a deputy Shraj boss. The reason why Mami Way played an integral role. In fact, the investigations about the Hotel Wawa no na Mami Way and a leading investigations. The reason is that time Assembly see no na Emil Short. Now, he was the official commissioner of Shraj at that time. However, he was on secondment to the UN International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda during part of the controversy. Opposition figures argue that his absence affected the constitutional composition of Shraj during the investigations. So, during Kota Wawa, Kuffour na sabdeba no na Emil Short in Shada ni Ghana sa. But not the CEO or the boss of Shraj. Into the woman, your friend Anna Bossman, she took charge of the whole investigations. Into the whole investigations, Mami Way and the leading investigations. Remember, in 2017, Nana Kweku Baako made this woman the ambassador, Ghana's ambassador to France. This is a woman who basically signed all the documents when that Hotel Wawa investigations went on. In 2017, Nana Kweku Baako moved this woman and made her an ambassador to France. So I want you to have these names in your head. Kweku Baako document na maybe speak it to, but I want you to know all the characters involved in this matter. I want you to understand the characters. Say beya bibian to me shock you. Team, stay with me. All right. Now, Kweku Baako at the documents way ebe to abontene endro anajo. Ena o publishing ni nyina. Na mommy start Hotel Wawa we hu nsama Kweku Baako person say investigations no document ni. And let me tell you one thing. Interestingly, Shraj published 2005 Shraj annual report. Ena omo published sa investigations we wom. Now the interesting thing is Shraj almost first investigations in the 2005 Shraj annual report and the Oko Shraj for website your 2001 Shraj report annual report 2002 2003 2004 2005 2006 2007 there is no 2006 investigation now the report na Kweku Baako di abano and at 2006 we cannot find it on Shraj website. The Hotel Wawa sa annual report na Shraj for year 2006 which contains the final investigations of the Hotel Wawa 2006 report and Kuffour it is missing. It is a already report now. I'm sure that before we start delving into the matter itself. So already report now. Shraj for H.O. BB was see her almost 2005 meaning they published it in 2006. In 2006 not just say almost the final report now Omuya investigation 2005 and Ebeba 2006. As we speak, that 2006 report, Oko Shraj for Archives, it has been deleted for good. Now, so we read the Shraj for Troya, almost say, and in the 2005 report, and I see what I'm saying, at the time of this report, investigations into the allegations were still ongoing. And this is the 2005 report, meaning they were expecting that 2006, Shraj will come with the final report on the Hotel Wawa. But you can go into the archives of Shraj. Every single year, from 2001 to 2005, there's an annual report. 2006 is missing. There's 2007. There's 2008. So we are asking, why don't we have the 2006 report? Because that report is containing the final investigations of a Hotel Wawa under J.A Kuffour. We are just asking. But before we delve into that and pose the most important questions, moments go into a year Kweku Baako ankasa documents are published here Endra or they be defending J.A Kuffour. Say investigations exonerate here. And I say etse Kuffour who say Kuffour endi boni bia. Now let's start from the top. How many Ghanaians remember this woman? Your friend Miss Giselle Yaji. Do you remember her? Maybe some kai edin amibubo nyina pictures I make check show. Sanya beya me start to me read the report na Kweku Baako publish Endra na. Every single person will understand. Obia beti ase where I am coming from and the information Kweku Baako is giving all of you. It is not coming from me. But I want you to remember. Do you remember this woman? Giselle Yaji. Now, you say, oh, your Kuffour girlfriend. She's also in that in this Hotel Wawa report. In fact, Shraj interviewed her. Per Kweku Baako's own document. And then the documents we buy you. Remember, these documents are documents that Kweku Baako are published also Obiani. And you know what's Shraj final investigations. No, I am saying, say, every document I'm going to show you here, and Kweku Baako na publishing and I am not making it up. If you have any questions, go and ask Kweku Baako. Mami when else want Kuffour with twins. But then KK Kuffour so one na one fan kura na chire no Kuffour girlfriend. Now, Mami di kan chire wadie bi ansa na ma start here reading from the top. Kweku Baako's own document o. What was that story way? Mami we onkuta Ghana passport. Mami we onya Ghana ni. Mami we no parliament vetted her. Mami we onya citizen to hold any political position in Ghana. It's a fact. Your constitution is clear. Now, in the investigations now, Shraj investigations now, Kweku Baako publishing and rano. The documents are on his page. Go there and check. I am not making this up. Maybe baby kitu ebi will report him. If you are start here free then you understand. You see this? Shraj for your investigations, this is when you Kweku Baako report, so don't panic. It's Kweku Baako's own report. And you'll be on the buyer. Now, I want to show you something and Sanama Kuminim. In the investigations, or more conducting investigations, already page 12, Kweku Baako document new, or say, Miss Giselle Yaji served as an advisor to the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning with the permission of the President from 17th of January 2003 to the 4th of February 2003, less than a month. Kuffour made that woman an advisor to Osafo Maafo, who was the finance minister of Ghana. This Kweku Baako's own document or publishing Endra. I want you to understand what is going on. Kweku Baako, he did not really look at the document before he put it in the system. It is here that we witness Yebehu say Giselle Yaji, sa lady who was never a Ghanaian, never held a Ghanaian passport, never had any political portfolio, never went through any vetting. She was made an advisor to the finance minister by Kuffour from 17th of January 2003 to 4th of February 2003. Do you get it? That's it. In the we'll come to that matter. This is Kuffour, J.A Kuffour, in fact, let me put his picture on this side. It will be easy for people to know, say, I am talking about Papa Kuffour. Let me minimize his picture so that I can dedicate this episode to him. Inti, Mamine Freno, Giselle Yadino. We have all come to realize from Kweku Baako Ankasa documentation, say, the woman was made an advisor to the finance minister from 2003 January to 2003 February by the president of the Republic of Ghana. It is in the Shraj report published by Kweku Baako. Into Bia Busawa, Kweku Baako na publish here, and I'm it is on his page. Go and pick the document and read. Now, Mommy started documents, you know. Share the 4-year investigations, you know, what was in the investigation per Kweku Baako's own report. Today, Mommy documentations. Now, when you read the Shraj report, per Kweku Baako's on one documentation of the Babontin, any point number page 12.20, 17th August 2005, the board of directors of ERIB approved an amount of UA 670,000, an equivalent of $1 million in favor of Kuffour's Sons Company, AWHCL. The loan facility is to be secured as follows: the execution of a first-class mortgage pari passu with co-financier over the hotel building. So, point 20, you had an idea, say, a yes sikano, Kuffour, bano, ena, or started a day, companies started the mano. Now, you started 3.21, where Kweku Baako's document, or the investigations in here. 21, Ms. Giselle Yadi served as an advisor to the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning with the permission of the President from the 17th of January 2003 to the 4th of February 2003. Point 22. Ms. Yadi visited the President's private residence at the time the hotel was being offered for sale and met Chief Kuffour where they talked about the hotel. Kuffour Onwangasa as president, you know, a lady way say Ombeye an advisor to the finance minister from the 17th of January 2003 to the 4th of February. A very short period Oma woman be advisor. Remember, that was the period the negotiations for the hotel was ongoing. So Kuffour maami way yes on the sole advisor on this purchase, hotel purchase, because this woman is not a Ghanaian. She does not hold a Ghanaian passport. She was not vetted by anybody. But for some reason, Kuffour made her an advisor to the finance minister, Taf Mafo. For some reason, Obian Tiasie or the Nepe way our reporting him. Now, okay, report now. You say, Mami way, she was at the private residence of J.A Kuffour. Oko hono. Onwaji to muse okoshia Kuffour bano your friend Chief Kuffour ewo Kuffour fie ena omudi hotel na omobeto no ho nkomo. Enti the conversation about the purchasing of the hotel was started in the private residence of J.A Kuffour ni fie ene sa hotel no share boundary. Where Kweku Baako documents. So I'm trying to let you understand. I did not make this up. These are documents that Kweku Baako de to abontene enra that ebia inside the wagon one kind and a make kind in natural. So person who the womb ye wi ani ahwese Kuffour is guilty of conflict of interest, abused power, and deliberately made sure his son bought that hotel for him. I am reading what Kweku Baako published. Point 23. Ms. Yadi took part in the negotiations for the purchase of the hotel at least on 2 occasions, namely at Mr. Saud's house and at La Palm Beach Hotel. On both occasions, Chief Kuffour was present. Yasima Ameno, in the report na Kweku Baako publishing Endra, the investigative reporter, Shraji, the woman was involved in the negotiations of in buying the hotel. In fact, 2 occasions. There was one now oya part of the conversation with the owner and Kuffour's son at La Palm Royal Beach, and another time na almost share ewo edian papa na Orton Hotel no Mr. Saul no on wankasa ne fie. Giselle was there, Chief Kuffour was there in La Palm Royal Beach, papa no fie. And remember the first meeting of Chief Kuffour and Giselle no, it was in Kuffour's bedroom, Kuffour's private residence. Now yanko enim Shraj for investigations at Kweku Baako published. Me say, Oko Shraj for website. My team is saying I should read the heading. Messias, do you mean this one? (2005) Shraj annual report. Messias, I need the heading. Send a bear amount for me who say I am reading that document. Messias, point out the heading to me, please. I need to put it on the screen for people to know, because we always want people to know the source. Now, yanko enim. Now, when you move forward, Yakai in the report, Kweku Baako's report, 21, 22, 23. Let's go to point 24. Let me open it up. Send a beya obia behu de mekan. Point 24. Though Miss Yazi took part in the negotiations for the purchase of the hotel, at least on 2 occasions, the 3 critical people who dealt with Miss Yazi, that is Chief Kuffour, Honorable Yeboah, and Anthony Saud, could not agree on her role or who she represented. Omuya investigations, Omu will say there were 3 critical people they were involved in the negotiations. But interestingly, Omu will say Mr. Saud, during the investigations, Osina Onim Giselle Yadi, who she was representing. Somebody he has met about 3 times in his own residence at Labadi Beach, and also say Kuffour Bano and anybody biano. During the interrogation, during the investigation, I'm who realizes say, after Mr. Saud say, Onim nipa na Giselle no a representative. Papa bi na oye a minister Asantini na oye MP if you Ashanti region your friend no Honorable Yeboah. Ono say ono so na onim de Kuffour Bano represent and na onim be de Giselle no represent and na Kuffour Bano nkasa so say ono so na on shada a company run hotel run say ono so shada nim into one minister no Kuffour Bano and a hotel run omo me say nyina say at a point na omo nim nipa Giselle represented, but Giselle has been an integral member of the negotiations. Remember, the same time, na Giselle Kuffour, the advisor to the finance minister. Where a Shraj report. Now, point 25. These are Kweku Baako's own documents. Instead you read that or by so be cleaning Kuffour, but he was supposed to take his time and read the document before putting it out. According to Chief Kuffour, when he met Miss Yazi the first time, and I quote, "We were already talking to Mr. Saud and it was on and off. We would talk and nothing was happening. I was talking to individuals, sourcing for funds. Funds were not coming. So she came in and said she could raise the money. I said, okay, if you can raise the money, why not? I look at and assume that if she could provide the money, I would get some interest in the venture. So I went along with her on that basis. It simply didn't work, and that was it." End of quote. Earlier, at the first meeting with Chief Kuffour at the commission, he said that Miss Yazi was negotiating for herself. Honorable Yeboah stated he assumed that Miss Yazi was negotiating for Chief Kuffour. Mr. Saud said Miss Yazi was negotiating for the Spanish government. Tie. Chief Kuffour said during the interrogation, Kuffour Bano said, "On a dear, ohun say maame no in the meetings okoshia ne papa fie advisor to the finance minister. On any call papa fie question Labadi Beach no. Na onim say maame ne ye negotiations na ma no ho. Kofo ba na some kan do the investigations no. And Mr. Yeboah na oye MP from Ashanti region na ono oye ase to eye hotel ra no. Into Mr. Yeboah no na ase any hotel ra no. Mr. Yeboah no say na o assume say maame ne negotiations na oye no na oya makofo ba no. Tio. And Mr. Saud na hotel ne ye de na ase ne Mr. Yeboah no. O say oni de na onim say maame ne ye negotiations ama Spanish government. So they were all giving contradictory answers. So woko for bano wako shia mami we wo papa bedroom. Ode na ka hotel na sem. Also be resist sika na ma. O ka che mami say okay, so betu be resist sika na ma dia obenye sika. The same mami no one wumi no Kuffour, Chief Kuffour mako shia hotel ni wura no e wo Labadi Beach. Masa Krampo ako hotel wura ni fie. Ako tenase and negotiate. At a point I feel they will say mami no na wonye sure say mami ne negotiations no ama obiana na oya ma ne ho. Ena papa na oya Mr. Yeboah na oya papa downfo na se any hotel ra no ono say o dwin say negotiations no koso na o team no na maame ne ye negotiations na ma wo Chief Kuffour hotel ra na nkasa na ye threaten say we anton hotel na Kuffour bebu agu no o say ono de maame na idea odema na say na maame ne ye negotiations na ma Spanish government. Point 26. Oh, all right, team. Yeah, I have that one here. I will show them. And my team said before I move forward, I should show you guys this. Almost my mom say this report, Ocean Osroha. President J.A Kuffour 2005 Charge Annual Report. You can see it. President J.A Kuffour, omo eye investigations no, omo title no President J.A Kuffour 2005 Shraj Annual Report. Inti, don't get it twisted. This is Kweku Baako's reporter or the Amaya Semen Kanchemu. All right. Thank you very much, team. Now, let's move on. Point 26. Point 26, Nadia Nomokaya, or say, although Chief Kuffour, Honorable Yeboah, and Anthony Saud, the three persons who dealt with Ms. Yadzi, gave conflicting statements of her role in the purchase of the hotel, none of them said that she negotiated for the purchase of the hotel on behalf of the president. Reporting say, even though Kuffour Chief, Saud the hotel owner, and Yeboah who is an in-law to Saud, nobody, including Miss Giselle, nobody gave the impression say na hotel no omo tama Kuffour. Now when I kwasi obeka say Kuffour ne tama no. Charge for report said nobody in the interrogation made it clear say hotel no na Kuffour no omo tama no. Inti for then no charge for say Kuffour ba na ka say enye papa hotel. Saud no ton hotel no say enye papa dia. And Yeboah no say wan tama Kuffour. Inti for now we know say almost say obianka say Kuffour dia. Cool, that's fine. Now, point 27. Now, Ms. Yadzi has not provided any evidence to the commission linking the president to the hotel to substantiate her claims that she negotiated for the hotel on behalf of the president. And almost a time on investigations, no. Ms. Yadzi, maame no, one for information biya man chere hotel no negotiations or tine munyina ewo Kuffour home. Kuffour fie osaye advisor to the finance minister. Kuffour ba ebe share Kuffour fie no o se ma minister provide evidence bia say negotiations no na oye ama Kuffour. Chief Kuffour ko ne papa fie Giselle ya agita ne papa bedroom ena ma me ntuma twa na se ena opie no se Kuffour ba pagini na ba ena o se wo de ne kwotena akonnwadim ena ma me say hello gentlemen, I heard you want to buy a hotel for your dad. And I see I'm struggling to raise the money. Ena ma me say babe, babe, your son is struggling to get money for this hotel. I can help you get that hotel. Then talk to him. I think you can connect something for him to get money. And I Kuffour catch Giselle say, on the banning didn't come over here. And omudi nkomo ofie ho. It was a palatable conversation. And omutam nkomo no sare call Labadi Beach, any hotel run ko kasaye. And omutam nkomo no sare call a hotel run fie. Ebe sin there, omo person kire se na Kuffour nim bibia about the hotel no. Who were they negotiating? Because you see, Saudi nipa oton hotel na mano. Chief Kuffour su nipa sebio maame negotiate mano. Ena Mr. Yabo anu su nim. Inti see hotel no why dey ton mano. Why dia? Oh, Kweku Baako, God bless you. Why? Kweku Baako, nyame nhyira wo. And the obia be hu de nipa Kuffour ye. Now, point 28. Ms. Yadzi has been unable or reluctant to provide any evidence linking the president to the acquisition of the hotel, despite various invitations to her to do so. Enti Shraj for frame Minister Omra. Na ombe chirem se hotel na Kuffour dia na Kuffour dia. Maame ntumi amba. Maame na more information bia. So Shraj say nipa na also ono so ba ebe chire because from the look of things, she was the center boat. On the negotiations with everybody. And the first time Chief Kuffour Asia Mamene ne papa dem. Ne papa ne car say or the Chief Kuffour ending komo. Satan na Mamene advisor to Osafo at the finance ministry. The woman is a foreigner. She holds a foreign passport. Parliament did not know this woman, but she was an advisor to Osafo who was in charge of our money. At this point, you know, actually where Jimmy and the Bekacho say Kuffour knew anything about the hotel. Now, point 29. Me ba kire wade bi. Si enwie ye ko enim. Ene de we nkwa ne ye. Ochina na de oho ne abeka ne nyina kire mo. Point 29. At its press conference on July 22nd, 2005, the commission invited anyone with information pertinent to its investigations to come forward to assist investigations. On the 22nd of July 2005, remember, Kuffour Baako 2001 January, the Bani Bie Hotel, no, a company, no, 2002. The negotiations for the hotel started in 2002. The payment was done in 2004. 2005, na strategy investigations. Don't get it wrong. Kuffour Baako na ni banya sika say obeso to $6 million hotel. Kuffour Baako any 1 year and the baby a company. Now let's move on. Page 30. No person or persons came forward and or provided evidence linking the president with the hotel or to show that the president used his office to raise the loan for the purchase of the hotel. On the 22nd of July 2005. So what evidence is President Kuffour? Kuffour just say Jim. President Kuffour na to hotel no na the body di no for information bra. When na kwasia obe sorry the information abre Shraj. Say Kuffour na to hotel nti me asimesi me na me bete Kuffour to. Almost omo twen obi am information amba. Na obi the information by I just say Shraj or the bishop. Now, point 31. On the 16th of August 2005, a group called Friends of the Truth, represented by Alhaji Baturi, was granted audience at the commission to inform the commission that Ms. Yadzi wishes to appear before the commission. On the 16th of August, and a group be about Shraj. It was led by Alhaji Baturi. Say, ma minimum na oti negotiations na Chief Kuffour ko hu no papa bedroom and the car hotel no wasama ne papa de share ma men say on raise sika ma no ma men are ready say right now she wants to come and testify. Yanko enu na menche wa debi. Remember, these are not my documents. These are documents Kweku Baako published. Intesiano August ne beti say ma men pese oba. Ma many person oba now oba can a part of the story what she knows. Now yanko eni nam chewa debi. Into the last part, personally submit to the commission relevant documentations, recorded tapes to substantiate her claim. So my many catch there. Shraj through a Alhaji Baturi group they say oba or recordings or tapes or videos or BBR to prove say Kuffour na to hotel no. That is in August 2005. Now point 32. The commission accordingly made arrangements including security to meet with her on Friday, August 19, 2005. However, Miss Yadi failed to show up on the fixed date. Shraj Faka say okay, so Miss Yadi so Frabruche ba eba betina Shraj nim e the information ni nyina momo and there on the 19th no omra na Shraj na international no interrogated na evidence bi o bi an on good table so because Shraj Faka established said eye maame no Chief Kuffour the first time no share maame no Kuffour dem and maame no catch and say obetime resist no because that time na maame no special advisor to Osaf Mafo who was the finance minister. So technically the woman had control over Ghana's finances. And Nintina, they were able to get NIB and big banks in Ghana to do what? ECOWAS Bank to put money in this because the woman was the advisor to Osaf Mafo. So if she is the advisor to Osaf Mafo and tells any bank that bring your money because the president is the person who has made me the advisor and I'm dating the president, no bank CEO can say I will not do it because it was her influence on Kuffour. What personal relationship she had with Kuffour and the money advisory role no, to be the advisor to the finance minister of Ghana. This is in the Shraj report. Into the woman you saw like that foreigner with a foreign passport, at a point for a month, she was deciding how our monies were supposed to be run because she was the advisor to the finance minister. And Kuffour appointed her. Point 33. The hotel, which is to operate under the name Golden Tree Hotel, was in the name of AWHCL, Kuffour Baako Company, whose sole shareholder was Mr. John Ado Kuffour. So basically, hotel a Golden Tree Hotel, na ye Kuffour Baako nkwa and a sole signatory, na ono nkwa ne dia, and a new buyer secretary. 34. The funds for the purchase of the hotel were provided by banks. It's a hotel, no? And huge banks in Ghana provided the money for the hotel to be purchased. Now, no. Let me show you something. The payment now, Emma Kuffour Baako for him to purchase the bank for his father, no? Payment to Anthony Saud, Shraj findings. The commission found that the former owner of the property, Anthony Saud, was paid in installments. Now, the date of the payment. Mr. Anthony Saud was paid $3.5 million for the hotel in 2 installments. The report specified $2 million on February 27, 2004. Giselle Yaji, she became the advisor to the president on January 20, 2003. Remember, after that, the following year, and a payment was made. Because these kind of negotiations, it doesn't take 2 months or 3 months. It takes time. And if banks are giving you money, it could take 8 to 9 months. In the time of a year, a advisor to the finance minister, that is when she activated that money. And she activated it through the finance minister, Osaf Mafo, instructing the banks to provide the money for Kuffour's son's hotel, which technically belongs to Kuffour. Then 1.5 million on August 30th, 2004. So 2 installments were made. This is the time when J.J. Rollins no pay $20,000 no onyebi. But I'm sure idea be about Giselle. You see, time I said Giselle Baba in August to testify, something interesting happened. Giselle Yazi fires back at Kuffour. My started say Okasa. Because I realize it say Kuffour na to hotel no and all money di boni and na all chere say bi ono maame no enipa boni ni abra oni mapa na atwe mpena wahia ne baboy no ono ane bedroom and na discussing hotel no transactions na afi maame started say Okasa. Joy News published the story 11th of August 2009. Remember, she was supposed to be in Ghana on the 9th of August or 19th, something like that, right? Now she started talking. I mean, read the story being shown her. Where join a published story way. Giselle Yadzi, the woman who claimed to have had an affair with former President Kuffour, has fired back at the ex-president, insisting that Mr. Kuffour fathered her set of twins during his term of office. Giselle Yadzi, a self-confessed paramour of ex-president Kuffour, made headlines in 2005 when in August 2010, when he emphatically denied the long-standing allegation by Ms. Yadzi, and I quote Kuffour, "How many years now since the allegations were made? Why haven't they brought the children? And if they were my children, I will go for them. I tell you, I will beg permission from my wife, admit I have twins in America or so. I am going to bring them because they are my blood." That Kuffour had twins, I didn't consider as a criminal act. Now I quote Kuffour, the former president said. However, in an interview with Accra-based Radio Gold on Wednesday, August 11, the Iraqi-American citizen, that is the woman, Yadzi, the Iraqi-American citizen hit back at the ex-president, insisting that she had two sons with Mr. Kuffour, and I quote, "He is a very promiscuous man. He is very promiscuous." What you say? Ma minister Kuffour ye jantreni. Because you are promiscuous, it means we are jantreni. He's a very promiscuous man. For example, I knew that he had a relationship with some woman who worked with him. He did it every day. I think the only woman who did not have a relationship with him was his wife, because she was too old for him. End of quote. Or say Kuffour ye jantreni. Say Kuffour kase onini ni ba. Na Kuffour tigana keka se ono anka no kura. Kuffour ye jantreni na onimo ba bi kura Kuffour ni ye adwuma na Kuffour ne da. Nipa sebio Kuffour de na anya sa anwoma ne ne yire efri se Kuffour ka kire ono Giselle ne se ne yire ya abrewa. Joy and a publisher here. I'm trying to link it to the woman's role in Kuffour's life. I am not making these things up. These are things you know, I'm from Beso be catch rubia. Mechro. Now, this is the picture. This is Kuffour I'm talking to you about. So, Mami Way, at a point, wanted to come to Ghana. And what happened was that, Mami read the rest of the story. Mami Nikos was saying, Mr. Kuffour's promiscuous habit even forced his wife, Theresa, to ask for divorce some time ago. Osi Kuffour jantra no, Emma ne yire sebio, may his soul rest in peace. Eka che Kuffour so peso jawari. These are not my words. These are the words of Giselle Yadzi. Kuffour, mo President Kuffour no, oba one ne twempena ne ba Chief Kuffour from the Shraj report ne ekoto one papa dem ne di hotel no nkomo no, e na all kan enum asem. Almost a banana for any impana on the you friend gifty. I mean, name the second name. Now, Mr. Kuffour's promiscuous habit even forced his wife, Theresa, to ask for divorce some time ago. She denied ever having any business dealing with former Finance Minister Osafo Maafo on the Hotel Kuffour saga. Although she alleged that the former Oda MP knew about her pregnancy for Mr. Kuffour. Asked whether she would send pictures of the sons, the twins, she responded viciously that she didn't trust the former president and never trusted him. What was I to say? Na omano odombeba ose onji Kuffour ndi. Kuffour ene ne workers da. Onimoba kwa na odini adwuma one ne da. Ne yire kra at the point ka so J.A Kuffour. Ose Kuffour ye nipa bi a onye nipa bi a onka ne kra. Ose there was an MP, a former MP na wo Kuffour aban mu. Ai oye oda MP a onim about ni nyinsan ne nkwara na owo mo no. But you see, the reason why Kweku Baako released sad document was because he wanted to prove to Ghana for say the hotel purchasing of the hotel no Kuffour was innocent. But he forgot to know, say, in the investigations, you know, there were things people said that actually were Jimmy and I want to mean connected to Kuffour. Because you see, when you get the report and you read the conclusion, this is the conclusion, Shraj Edeba Bontini, and you read the conclusion, this is what it says. Let me read it, show. And this was what Kweku Baako was trying to do. He did not take his time to read the document. Conclusion. At this time, the evidence available to the commission does not support the allegation of corruption and conflict of interest against the president. Specifically, there is no evidence before the commission to substantiate the allegations. So basically, the woman, your friend Anna Bossman, on air control investigations, later Kuffour made her an ambassador. No? This is her final report. Or try say before the final report, Babano, who anything that connects Kuffour to the hotel. Now you say Kuffour. Why do you think he made his son come to meet the woman in his bedroom? Why do you think he made the woman and his son meet the owner of the hotel at La Palm Beach? Why do you think he made his son and the woman meet the man at the man's residence? Why do you think J.A Kuffour made sure the woman was and per the Shraj report? Why do you think Kuffour made the woman the advisor to the finance minister? The reason was that Kuffour himself obey advisor to the finance minister. She can use that power to instruct Osafo Maafo to tell all these banks which were under the government of Ghana to submit the money. So Kuffour did not want to directly influence the purchasing, but he wanted to use people like Giselle, who he was dating, and his son, who he trusted, to be the front of this deal. That is why he sat back, gave Giselle an illegal position, and made her lead the son through the process. Because Kuffour even making this woman an advisor to our finance minister is criminal. It's treasonous. It is dangerous. It makes him one of the most corrupt presidents in the history of the Republic of Ghana. And I didn't say the woman was made an advisor to the finance minister. It is the report that Kweku Baako published. It's in there. That is what Shraj came and brought out. That is during the interrogation. I didn't make the woman advisor to the finance minister. What will make Kuffour, dear Lebema Kuffour's girlfriend, an advisor to the finance minister? Because he didn't want any what we call traces. Total deniability, 100%. That is what he was doing. So he will use a foreigner to lead the transactions, and at the end of the day, when the transactions are done, the son will carry it legitimately because he has a company registered in Ghana. Then he will sit back and say no conflict of interest. But remember, the first time the son met the woman who was in charge of this negotiation was in Kuffour's bedroom. At a point, the woman, in fact, at a point, Kuffour's son, the owner of the hotel, and the owner of the hotel's father-in-law said they didn't know who the woman represented. You know what they were doing? The reason why they all gave conflicting answers was because they wanted to shield Kuffour. The moment you tell the investigator, you know who the woman was representing, the moment you do that, you have blown Kuffour's cover. So what they would do is, Obibeka say, oh, the woman, I think she was representing the Spanish government. Oh, the woman, I think she was representing herself. Oh, the woman, I think she was representing Chief Kuffour. The issue here is nobody said it was Kuffour the woman was representing. But remember, the woman was the advisor to the finance minister and dating Kuffour and met Kuffour standing in Kuffour's bedroom. So you want to tell me Kuffour has no hand in this? So Shraj was just putting something out because that woman, Anna Bossman, was working for the president at that time. That is why when Kuffour came to power in 2017, they made her Ghana's ambassador to France. Now, Mami Chawa Devi, when you read the conclusion, Shraj for report na Kweku Baako de breya mi chechiri ma kire no. Kweku Baako, God bless you. Shraj report ya Kweku Baako de abaya mi chechiri ma kire no. And the hotel, your friend Africa Regent Hotel. Ebi amuni hotel, me the picture na be kire sisi ya. Your friend Africa Regent Hotel. J.A Kuffour de you say pe the story no. Ne ba no etoye no. Me the be kire. Now when you read the conclusion of the report, Shraj de Maya, maybe I may busa Shraj question me. Okay. Team, I have it. They are here. I got it. All right. So when you read the conclusion of the Shraj report, thank you, Mr. S. When you read the conclusion of the Shraj report, this is what it says. Point 1. The president, Mr. J.A Kuffour, acquired the hotel the president, Mr. J.A Kuffour, acquired the hotel and registered it in the name of his son, Mr. John Kuffour, also known as Chief Kuffour. They are saying these are all allegations and they are not true. 2, Chief Kuffour served as a front for the president. They are saying it's not true. This is what Kweku Baako wanted to show us, to exonerate Kuffour. Documents or Pompigu Abontia, when study, when ready, and make sure say, or DB. This was what he wanted to show you. Say, oh, Shraj say when you know allegations, Kuffour nyeshe. But you see, an old daft man who is a liar, who does not want to understand that he's a liar, he always make fundamental basic mistakes. Way and an Kweku Baako person the chemo keke say, Shraj conclusion it said they have exonerated J.A Kuffour. But he didn't know, say, the investigation report, and there was a lot in it that you can connect as a rational human being. Because somebody as Shraj, who was appointed by Kuffour and an affiliate to MPP, will never tell you Kuffour bought the hotel. It was, this allegation, Shraj said, Ms. Yazi negotiated on behalf of the president and assisted him to acquire the hotel. Shraj said, the president abused his office or is guilty of improper conduct or improper influence. Shraj said, the president was involved in corruption in relation to the acquisition of the hotel. Shraj said, the president is in breach of any constitutional provision relating to the conflict of interest. Yes, Shraj said, the commission therefore concludes that further investigations into the allegation is not warranted. La Casa de Papal, El Capitano, La Dangerous Corruption de Pinto, J.A Kuffour, very dangerous politician. Now, Oba Sewa, it was signed by Miss Anna Bosman. The President of the Republic of Ghana was CC'd, the Speaker of Parliament was CC'd, the Chief Justice of Ghana was CC'd, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General was CC'd, and also the Chairman of the Council of State. They were all CC'd in this report. Now, I want to ask Miss Anna Bosman and the Kuffour administration a simple question. We go back to the basics. Let's go back to the basics. We want to ask the 2006 Shraj annual report. Because remember, time as Shraj for the Sa investigations, first part we buy, they told us in their 2005 annual report. Let me enlarge it and show you. This is it. In their 2005 annual report, they wrote it clearly that, baby, I read that for now. At this time of this report, investigations into the allegations were still ongoing, meaning the 2006 Shraj annual report should carry the final investigation report. We want to ask a simple question. Where is the 2006 Shraj annual report? Where is that report? Go on Shraj's website. 2001 is there. 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 is there. 2006 has disappeared. 2007, 2008, and the rest are there. Why is the 2006 missing? You know the reason? There are a lot of things in that investigation, sir. They hid from everybody. Kuffour told them to delete it before he left office. That is J.A Kuffour. So I'm asking Anna Bosman, where is the 2006 Shraj annual report? We want to read it ourselves. We want to read the 2006. And anytime we catch him say, finding Kuffour's document. Kuffour is a dangerous political criminal. He deliberately deleted very sensitive information before he left office. That is why today they can tell you Kuffour is the most clean politician. No, Kuffour is the most dangerous politician in Ghana. And I was sitting my somewhere, and I'm more MPP4 bloggers. They can say, me match Kuffour say into me bielito. Na Ghana for who the kind of person Kuffour is. This is the hotel at the Regent, the African Regent Hotel. Hotel Nini. This is the hotel. Sa hotel we ene Kuffour efie ene share wall. Hotel we ene J.A Kuffour fie ene ne share wall. Ena na make catch from the beginning ni say amanfo bi kura allegation o omo ye ene kire say eye time Kuffour ekotena the residence o ye ka say onkotena the rest o say no ontena ho ena mo say aden ena Kuffour say Obi AC hotel be next to his house. Na blocking view. Na sa hotel na nipa ni siro. Se nipa no enja isi a obebua tuogu. Tie. That time na Saudi no invested a lot of money in that hotel. Almost a roof no yewi. And omoka kire say, omo man ultimatum. Right now the president does not even want to stay there. My president option or the man and say it does not matter where you have reached. Or say hotel no either say obeton amano and as obebua tuogu a obenya zero. And a man no ton hotel no Kuffour. But Kuffour at that point was the president. He could not go for it and buy it himself. He needed somebody to lead that transaction. So 2000, the year before, no, na the banner be a company, na ononkwana is so signature, ononkwana na any dia, na company need dime. Sa the banner company no, na any a dime. So what happened was Kuffour called his girlfriend Giselle to come, and a chief Eddie Kuffour eba Kuffour fie, and a Giselle ne ba fie hobby, and a ono mommy and me no tina say, J.A Kuffour small, one maami way or my girlfriend or the lead the transaction no. Enti Mami we me manaye the advisor to the finance minister. Remember, all the banks in Ghana, nobody in Ghana, no CEO, finance minister said, please do something about something because I won't do it. Osaf Mafu took instructions from this woman. The woman was given a period of about a month to crack the deal. So what happened was that then Chief Kuffour and the woman omukoshia the hotel owner, Ewa La Palm. In the Shraj report, and Omusako shared the hotel owner, Nifi, and they got to that conclusion. At a point, Yebusa Omunyina investigation said, Maameno, a dear negotiation, Chief Kuffour said, or Jidi said, many negotiations na man home. Hotel run say, na or Jidi said, many negotiations, no, Ediama a Spanish government. And hotel run na say your friend no den your boy na or MPP ni or MP no or say na ohun say ma many negotiations no e ama Chief Kuffour. So none of them said Kuffour was the owner. The woman was representing who? Giselle was representing J.A Kuffour because Kuffour didn't want them to go sit and discuss the transaction without him being there. Even though he trusts his son to be there, he needed his own eye and ear to be there, and the woman was Kuffour's representative. Listen, because at that point, Kuffour to me man banning yin even though he wants to use the son as the face for the deal, no, he needed somebody who would be the neutral figure in the system, because you always need the neutral part, the constant. Or no, Kuffour, no. So Giselle was Kuffour. Anything at the point, Lady Nika said she's going to come to Ghana with tapes to prove that Kuffour is a liar, and that Kuffour crying no back. So Kuffour needed an invincible Kuffour, and that invincible Kuffour should never be a Ghanaian, because Kuffour knew how politicians and people talk in Ghana. So the Ghanaian in a representative of that person will speak. So the best thing to do is to bring a neutral person from outside who is a foreigner and give them that power over the finance minister, Osaf Mafu, to make sure that deal enters his books. So we had at a point in our history, Kuffour Emenya 1 month financial advisor to the finance minister in Ghana, who was a foreigner, a woman. And that is the woman I'm showing you. This woman was the financial advisor. Kuffour Eyino solely decided, say, I want to make this woman the financial advisor to the finance minister. Okachem say Kuffour a political criminal who in their right senses will sit and say anybody should listen to Kuffour. And remember, this is part 1. This is part 1. Because now you see the banks now, Kuffour, Emma Kuffour Banisikano. I'm sure I did. Maybe my team did some digging today. I'm sure I did. Because what's the name? Give me the name. Also, banks na omoma Kuffour loans, no. Na Prudential Bank account. I'm sure I did. Thank you, Mr. S. Now Prudential Bank account. Mr. Do a breakdown for me quick. You see, so check it, the investigations. Banks na omuma eye Kuffour Bano, so-called Kuffour Bano loan. Say on Fankoto Hotel no worth $4.5 million or $6 million. There was Prudential Bank in there. Now, so we share list na omwa investigations in from na ombe kasaya na. You will see one man. There's the reason why Kuffour choose Prudential Bank say lead this transaction. Remember, all the banks that donated, National Investment Bank, a Prudential Bank, a lead all the transactions. Now, the Prudential Bank man, says his name is Mr. J.A Kuffour, or your MD of Prudential Bank, right? Now, that same Mr. Abankwano, he was the board chair of ECOWAS Bank. Remember, the ECOWAS Bank was part of the banks that donated or brought money for the hotel to be acquired. Share, Mr. Abankwano, now or no, and the MD of Prudential Bank. The same Mr. Abankwano was a board chair of ECOWAS Bank. And remember, J.A Kuffour at that time was the ECOWAS chair. The Prudential Bank MD in Ghana are not lead transaction ama Kuffour Bano for the hotel no. Sa man no. Na oye the chairman of ECOWAS or chairman of ECOWAS Bank no. He was also the MD of Prudential Bank. And until you saw ECOWAS Bank joining the guarantors. So this was a well calculated thing by Kuffour. Kuffour basically did things that majority of you people had no idea about. Now, I'm read the number F and show. Let's expand it. Now, here there. Number E. Number D. Mr. J.A Kuffour, MD, Prudential Bank Limited. Number F. Mr. J.S. Ado, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Prudential Bank and the ECOWAS Regional Investment Bank. Inti, Sir Ocheki, Mr. J.S. Ado, on the chairman, Mr. J.A Kuffour, on the MD. So when you look at how he selected the banks, you can see clearly say he had a plan. He knew what he was doing. He wasn't just putting anything together. I'm breaking it down. Now, TBBC. 2001, Kuffour Ba Power. January. 2002, Kuffour Ba ABA Company. 2003, Kuffour Ba Company bidded to buy a hotel worth $6 million. 2003, Giselle was around. She was made an advisor to the finance minister. Banks in Ghana were called to bring in money to help Kuffour's son to acquire a hotel. Now, the same time, Giselle, being the advisor, met Kuffour's son in Kuffour's house. The same time, Giselle, being the advisor to the finance minister, met the owner of the hotel with Kuffour's son at La Palm Royal Beach. The same time, Giselle, who was the advisor to the finance minister, met the hotel owner in his own residence. The same time, Mr. Yabua, who is an in-law to the hotel owner, during the interrogation and investigation, said that he assumed that the lady was basically in the middle of the negotiations because she wanted to buy the hotel herself. The owner of the hotel said he thought that the woman was negotiating for Kuffour's son. Now, Kuffour's son also told us she thought the woman was doing it for herself. In fact, the owner of the hotel said he thought that the woman was negotiating for the Spanish government. Where did the introduction start? In Kuffour's home. I want to start here. ena Kuffour ba di ni chi ekoshia owner no ena maame na ebeye advisor to Osaf Mafo. Then you tell me Kuffour knows nothing about this? Over president with the Ghana bro. And I really appreciate Kweku Baako for giving us this document. The question here is, Yebuza Shraj say 2006 annual report. Where is the annual report? Why is it gone? That is what Kuffour is good at, deleting crimes. And you want to tell me there was no conflict of interest? There was nothing? Kuffour is the one who owns the hotel. On in a tour hotel, no? His eyes was gazelle. Yes. Maamena now yet the head of the investigations, no? After Kuffour about power, 2017, any man called France called ambassador. You want to tell me, would you say Jimmy? Unum Kronwa, J.A Kuffour about Ghana. Now, some women are there, me yana say, Kuffour tam an advisory role edema somebody who isn't Ghanaian or ba ye nimuno or ba only portfolio only Ghana passport parliament e nimuno and oma oba no control your finance minister or Safmaf. And this is not me saying, the Shraj report. And the Shraj report was emphatic about and then yano say a whole president makes his girlfriend Miss Giselle served, this is an emphatic statement from Shraj's investigation. Miss Giselle served as an advisor to the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning with the permission of the President of the Republic. With the permission. This is a foreigner. We don't know her. We handed our finances to her. How can we do that? And this is Kuffour. Kweku Baako brought me this document. I did not chase them. Kweku Baako na deba also be any be Ghana. So we are asking Shraj 2006 annual report no e fa. Na metimi baby o. Ana Kweku Baako kofa ba secretary la J. Na chechire mu kire Ghana for. Kweku Baako published this document and I'm waiting for him to bring another one. Let me tell you people, what is coming, it is bigger than what you think. Any day I hear anybody speak about Kuffour, trying to clean Kuffour, I'll come out. And I'm not just going to come and rant to, I am going to come with documents. There is a lot that I have piled on Kuffour. And by the time I'm done with Kuffour, I swear to God, you people will be miserable. By the time I am done with Kuffour, the things I have now, the work we have done, you people will be miserable. You remember the young people understand who J.A Kuffour is. Now me to baby me call Ghana 10 days. I saw all of you animals making noise. And for some reason, na me pese me Kuffour, na me pese me dem sabe kano. But I'll let Ghanaians know dream any Bonnie Kuffour do Ghana. Imagine a president come and then he makes his girlfriend a woman from somewhere with a different identity, a different passport. We don't know anything. Become the advisor to the press, to the finance minister. That alone, but some of you are in the Ashanti region trying to tell us, say, this man, dishonorable man, a dishonorable man like this should be Ghana's best president. Then Kuffour is better than Abronye. What makes Kuffour better than J.A Kuffour? He's at the lowest point of our politics. Very, very disgusting human being. And this is a report I am speaking to. Don't take it personal. I'm speaking to the report. And if any Ghanaian ya swear oath, ya do abegina Ghana ya to abamao, no akotam oba an advisor to the finance minister. Shraj report. You want me to sit here and applaud Kuffour? Oh, you're dangerous. Okay. You people have deleted all the 2008 investigations. No problem. 2006 investigations. I'm giving Kweku Baako, the NPP, an assignment, and I'll get the report. When him say Shraj annual report, it is not just about Nipa Baako. That 2006 annual report, unim nyome woman kawashoke kakofo. Mumbusan say, I don't know delete 2006 Shraj report. This Anabosma, Mofanim Refie. Ask her that question. Why did they delete it for good? Why? Because they were cleaning Kuffour. Because they all know Kuffour is a political criminal or a cromfor. He does not deserve any space in Ghana. Say, yeah, politics, yeah, campaign. Now Kuffour be just advice Ghana for, catch who to vote for. Kuffour is a treasonous character. You make somebody we don't know hand over Ghana's finances to the person. I am not saying it. It is your own Shraj that told us. Kweku Baako published this document. Do you people think we are stupid? When you see a Jimmy, the young people are foolish, and the mobile TV so and I papa Kuffour, Yanka Kuffour once them, dear Kuffour crown for. J.A Kuffour is an embarrassment to this country. In any serious country, Kuffour will not be given any chance to sit on any platform to discuss Ghana's politics. This is despicable of you people, and Kuffour should be ashamed of himself wherever he is at right now. The deliberate attempt to steal from Ghanaians. Consistent victimization, deliberate lies. Namwa Santufodi bi yatete Ghana ne kana kura mumu bi keka nkwasi asem to say dem abodam because of Santini Kuffour nkwasi asem mameyenka. As a father, I respect him. As a grandfather, I respect him. As a husband, I respect him. As a family head. But Kuffour, as a politician, is one of the greatest criminals we've ever had in Ghana. And I'll prove to you every single day. And I'm telling you people, I'm giving you people all the warning. Any day I hear you people speak about Kuffour, I'll bring Kuffour's matter with facts. Me, I don't hate Kuffour. I'm going to use the facts to disable Kuffour with all due respect. For you people to know the kind of person you are dealing with. He has no integrity, no credibility. He's an insult to our politics. What I read to you, are you not ashamed as a Ghanaian? Are you not shocked? Doesn't it hurt your heart? Are you not pissed off that this is happening? This happened in Ghana. And this same person, the MPP, is walking around and telling us, yeah, Papa Kuffour, yeah, Papa Kuffour. I want to need a Kuffour and a girlfriend back room. And Uncle Baba and the girlfriend be a special aid or an advisor to the finance and can kwasi afford to some mumu bin kama fame to can kwasi asem. Kuffour is a despicable politician. And nobody, I'm telling you people, nobody, none of you people should dare me again. Because I am ready to collapse it. And I'll collapse it.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
Anyami kajo gbe mi ni gbo.
You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Taylor. It's a wonderful Thursday evening. We are not done with the show. We have lots and lots of things to talk about. Now, maybe some is sending this caution out there. Makachire moi and the young people now mabano. There's history to be told. And my job here as a messenger is to tell the undiluted history. My job here is to make sure you get to understand the political history of Ghana. It will shape in your mind how you can vote, how you can make some decisions. It is not personal against anybody. Meantime will be but my job here is to make sure say, yeah, mani pebi enkriti bibi into a team abra no krenankasa eshase. The NPP as a political party is a very dangerous political party. They have mastered that art of lying. Majority of inconform the NPP, naturally they are born liars. And they can make you believe lies. Na abedane no kre. Into the young people in Ghana, you have to be very careful. And I'm sending this caution to those people who think, say, they can come, talk, and walk. Me, I will hit where it hurts. One thing I know is I don't know anybody, but I know the man behind the veil. None of you people, now may I recognize it because you are all light. So whatever you people do, you have to understand you are lifting that veil for me to get a better sight of where I want to punch. So, Adena Modiabano, enya ende. And I'm never going to end it until the young people of Ghana get to know politicians who are truthful and politicians who are vindictive, not trustworthy politicians who are bad and corrupt. That is my job. Intermediate, I want to send this out. I am ready. But remember, the noise that you people can make, but the more noise you make, the more you unveil the more you lift the veil for me to see where I can hit to hit. I don't care about any of you because none of you can match my energy and my platform. But what I can do to hurt you people is to hurt the person you are protecting. And if this go on for a month, something drastic is going to happen in Ghana. But I want to say this. Nothing will change from today. Whether you talk about Kuffour or you don't talk about Kuffour, I will still go after Kuffour legitimately with the facts. It does not matter. Whether you stop talking about Kuffour, you stop talking about me, I don't care. My job here is to go after Kuffour's regime, Kuffour himself with the facts. It's not personal. It's about setting the record straight. So I have nothing against Kuffour as a person, but I want people to know that his regime was the worst regime in the history of this republic. It was shrouded in lies, vindictiveness, lies, family and friends. And another than Kweku about power. What was the first thing he did? It is the same thing Kuffour did. Family and friends. But Kuffour time, we didn't have access to information. We could not probe. Journalists did not even have gadgets to investigate stuff. How can a whole shraj delete a year's report without us having a trace of it? Today, you can't do that. And that is the damage Kuffour did. And in Ghana, we find it very difficult to get even materials when Kuffour was president because he deliberately cleared his ass off. But end the end to me in CBM. And nobody should take this personal. It is my job. You finish eating it. It is not about you stopping mentioning my name or we need to eat it. And we will eat every single bit of that samayediane. Because I didn't call for this. You people called for it. You can choose not to mention my name again, talk about the Kuffour matter again. I don't care. You need to eat it. Into whatever you are saying you are protecting, you are basically killing it. And I'll help you kill it. Nana don't Kweku Baako about power. And do you know one funny thing? Sanyoma we nyina esino. 2001. J.A Kuffour ebedi president endi 1 year and declare Ghana epic country. Now Kuffour declares Ghana epic country in 2001 2001 or 2. Kuffour declared Ghana 2001 or 2, right? No, 2001 Kuffour declared Ghana epic, highly indebted poor country. The same time he was making sure his son buys a hotel after 2 years for $6 million. You think we are stupid? You people think we are stupid? Which year did Kuffour declare in epic as epic? Messiah, get me the date. Date Bana Kuffour declare Ghana epic. About power 1 year and be a hotel a company. Ending dancer ending na Kuffour say Ghana this guy you sika in ase. Na ne ba to hotel in a year or 2 for $6 million. Yakofana banks in Kofana. A country that is so poor. 2001 and Kuffour declared Ghana epic. Kuffour came to power January 2001. The same year declared say we are highly indebted poor country. Na neba the following year neba ABA company. The third year na neba to company worth $6 million. You people think we are stupid? On the 18th of April 2001, President J.A Kuffour said on Wednesday that members of his government would declare their assets by the end of April in line with the government policy of zero tolerance for corruption. It was a lie. It was a lie. The same playbook the Kuffour use here. The same playbook. Obaye, and then ma, and then the girlfriends started here, and they started buying every single shit. Yet here, and at Chimota say, a Kuffour in the bush for turning in idea to themselves. Yet here, and you be boo, and yet the judge for Danguye, and you see the cathedral. The money where it's coming from, we didn't know. Let you go check here. Now a buying sika no matamedi. Now yet Ghana, so many things happened. It was a replica of what Kuffour did. Nana do Kweku Baako by 2017, the first month, and a mamena or investigating Kuffour or Shrajno or an ambassador to France. Would you see a Jimmy? This is a political party, a dangerous. What kind of stupid thing is this? At the end of the year, Sano, Kuffour Santininti, and Kwasasemesi wana breso mayenka. I love him as a human being. I appreciate him as a human being, as a Ghanaian. But Kuffour as a politician is one of the greatest criminals in the history of Ghana. Nansemi be ready Ghana at 50. My ready recommendations of the commission. Remember, a commission has the same powers as the High Court in Ghana. Do you know that? A commission was put together to investigate Ghana at 50. Ochira be read the commission no the recommendation at Kuffour is not supposed to be walking on the streets of Ghana. Na ya chichiri bibia to Ghana for trim. Kuffour die. Kuffour die. Ya papa Kuffour. Ye nyananka. Mumu biana mo bobodam. Kevin Taylor ka say tia penyini. Ana mumu bi mo bobodam. Kevin Taylor de enche obewu o time obedu. I am speaking to facts. Kwasia, kofa facts bra. Maka chiremo. Some Adrian in the and Satum or be a in some film. Whether you continue or you don't continue, I will finish it. Yenina, we will finish it. And Maka, I don't see anybody who I only see Kuffour. So you people can do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say. Kuffour is my target. And I'll use the facts to expose Kuffour. Yes. I will use the facts. Me, personally, I have nothing against him. But his regime was one of the most corrupt regimes in the history of Ghana. Now, I'm sure Adibi. Let's shift a little bit to the verb. I believe in training the youth for leadership roles. The verb has spoken. The adjective has spoken. The consonant Mahamudu Bawumia has spoken. Baomia and the Wakokasa, Momenkotie, Asamo Kachre, a MPP Mebunu, yes, a test con for your program. And Mahamudu, the consonant, the verb, and the adjective went there. Or can be or Momenkotie the consonant.
Test con. Test con. Test con. But a huge. Thank you very much. This is I'm Pat Mitiasia Pa. This is a great evening to herald the training program that you are going to go through in the next few days. MPP, we believe in the youth. And Dr. Baomia believes in the youth. I want you to be assured that this training program is for your benefit, because we want the youth to take key leadership positions. And we cannot get you into key leadership positions if we don't prepare you for the uptake of these leadership positions. And that is why this training program is going to take place over the next 2 to 3 days. 2028, inshallah, it is going to happen in 2028. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. And we are going to work towards it. We are not going to sit down and say it will happen, but we are going to work. And that is why we are beginning the work early. And the training is to make sure that when we are in government, you will be able to occupy key leadership positions in this country. And that is where we are going to. The youth will take over the key positions as we move forward in this country. You know that the votes is largely youth dominated. 2028, as was in 2024, will be a youth dominated election. And that is why we are going to really make a lot.
The comedian way eka nyinane eye Baomia the verb. This is the verb. Yes, a test for your program Baomia ko. Na in some okachre confused in Mebruno go and say muni bibi. MPP we believe in the youth. Me Baomia I believe in the youth. In fact, abina ye betino eye money ye de mo beti ye bema mu leadership roles. Ye bema mu positions akese. Into mo test conform mo nyankwase adwuma sentwen. Na me Baomia de I believe in the youth. Ye pese youth no take charge of my government. Ye bema mu positions. Verb na small kachre eye de adjectives no go no. The verb is telling the adjectives that ono de odo the youth test comfort na akoma so. Na ono benya tumi a enkwara no mugo se ntwen no omo no mo beje positions akese. And you guys say MPP obuso obejimi omunyina no mabodam. Baomia at 30 committees. 30 committees. Youth is any womb. So 30 committees now everybody is a potential minister, cabinet minister, appointee. Oti yesi agrobe so efrianopa. Agro ebe so efrianopa. John Dramani Mahama enkwara or starting your year campaign oti committee di omoto so no sa enkwara no enende John Mahama ayomo ministers, MPs, CEOs. Now akwawe opposition what 30 committees over 350 people. When to menya test conform 40 ewom. When ya even 4 ewom. When ya anybody who is less than 30 years or 25 years ewom. And sa consonant we abegina when him say test go. Inshallah. You will get leadership roles. Well, who's a Jimmy? School na mugu sentwen toilet mumwa. Wati nipa be 330 or 40 committees 30. Obeko committees na 87-year-old for wom. 68-year-old for wom. 92 for nyina wom. Na udi Jimmy jina tuntum say sa eye consonant we jina woni mu ka kire wo say wo adjective no. Or be wini power kwa yankwasi adwuma no fama. Look at the NDC. Look at what the John Mahama administration did. John Mahama every young person na oye vibrant or any ye juma or be a committee before the elections, every single person had the role to play. John Mahama's second coming was for the young people, the youth. And how did he do it? Even when he was in opposition, he allowed the youth to take over his campaign. He gave them that hope to believe and to lead. So you see John Mahama's administration, and it's in there, mo test conform kwasi for mo kasa, my click basinteli and tiasie, Sami Jemfi and tiasie, Oparia and San and tiasie, Oparia do and tiasie, and now Eric J. Because John Mahama saw it early. He started from the ground. He gave them the opportunity to lead the committees, lead the campaign, send the message. Now, one kwasi for you're the 96-year-old from our Paramona Air Committee. Now, Ohieni ba kwasi ya catch us to me ba. Now, to me ba. Nkofo no mudi wanim nkokora no ogi se beja mo ha befawo dia o contribution ewo he mo ye nwan MPP for mo susu amagimi mo nyini anama bodam eni ntina abozege ye mo sa no camera tare na no te se to camera mic ebona no so se to ena okeka nkwasi asem gum kokoro mic tare na no se to and you people see nothing. He just see people as foolish people. Partner with him, no, it is a recycling of akokra ba. Go and check the list of the committee. Obienwa oye below 40 years. Abranya onena we di 44 years. When below 40 years, I was a group nim. Osafuma fu mu nyina tuetuem. Hwe nkofo mu wasa ba omia committee nim. Na mo badwin say nkofo say ye na ye adwuma no e de ba omia ba wo kwase test koni ehin na obenya. None of you can be like Sami Jemfi. Me catch them no no mo test confor you be use them say more. None of you can be like Sami Jemfi. None of you test people can be like Malik Basinteli. None of you people can be like Pablo. None of you people can be like NHIA boss no. None of you can be like NYE boss no. None of you can be like Elikem Kotoko. None, because you don't have the opportunity. You don't have it. Sir, young people and running Ghana by none of you Tescom people can be like them because the party you are in, no, Mulida no, or you are confirmed. He does not understand. Or to one of the Muni baby, Unim, Inshallah, Dien, Dabiu. You start from the ground. In Tinkasa committee 30 or Tia, Nipa bear 350 women, Nanko Samo test conform Kwabe 150. Lead it. But this is the situation where Ohun Jimmy, the same in Kokra. The same Kuffour the set na. The same Kokofu. The same Nana Kumia. The same junkies. They are the same people. Until we test koni, me busa say, "Ogen say obeto aba Sami Jemfi na." Enye ye NC in the MPP. They always will use you people as dogs. Do the dirty job. You hear that they got on to Mama Samira they afraid to him. Kwasiafo. Ye kasa chemu sia na emu ya na mubu ofu na mudi atem. Say here for ma yebewu but no kwena make catch mu betina ohiem yebe use mu say moa masefo be say nwan because you cannot think above sibi amodwene no. And these are real stuff. Monko echire mo amugo na mo ye test confor no take a step back 8 years ago. Nebusa won say omo anom mo test con no send enye Kuffour do aban no mu koye. Ask yourself that question kwasiafo. You say politics no you dey chase or train. You the politics say kraman. You need to reason, you need to be smart. Monko 8 years back. Nana the Kweku Baako for the power 2017 test confor saying the appointment. Baumia was the vice president for 8 years. Test confor saying the major appointment. Test confor saying who? Yeah, bo Oforiata. Yeah, bo Eden Amwakwata. Yeah, bo the Atachia. Yeah, bo the Osafumafu. And these are the same people running the party. Jimmy, you don't have any future. My toilet mumbwa. Jimmy, I keep telling you people. None of you can be like Sami Jemfi. None of you can be like the NDC young people who have taken up. Go to Bost. See the young man at Bost. Afeji, go and see the young man. Go to Tor. Go see the young man at Tor. Go to NPA. These are young people in the NDC who are vibrant and they are able and willing to serve. Find solutions to problems. Test confor. Me say, take a step back, MPP4, test confor, and ask yourself, Kuffour about power, no? Test confor saying in your serious appointment. Muye Jimmy Foma. You are very stupid. School na mo konmentiasie. I don't know how you cannot basically differentiate between somebody using you as a dog and you being muna mo school, muna mo tertiary institution, mo Jimmy. Ba wo mia hu mo Jimmy. Mo I say take a step back. Go back and ask yourselves, say, Kuffour about 8 years no. Oma no more test con 8 years ago. Why in the position? Why in a position? May customer list NDC for Mr. Give me the young people at John Mahama more appointment. I think it's going to take some customer team and list NDC for 20 to 30 young people. Yamomo serious positions. Some CEOs. It require ministers. Man, now I want to acquire a nipa 300. When you test on 450 13 po catcher will say NPP Tescon mudama koma so ohun se mo Jimmy ohun se ne yire paper de paper ne to mo Jimmy mo akamfo nkwara mo Jimmy fo nkwara mo gu MPP mu ombe use mu se moa omu yara maka just say ya papa Kuffour nti ya papa Kuffour ogofa ne girlfriend e man be advisor to finance minister we hu MPP ni ba bia onim nyanso betuma advisor to the finance minister mo tete Ghana e Jimmy fo ma Metuma monipa 30 and the NDC Abanwe, young people below 40 years. They are in sensitive positions. And are they delivering? Yes. Does the party have future? Yes. They will make mistakes, but still, it is better than a 68, 79-year-old Fremont Pare. It is better than Nana Komia and Kweku. Nana Komia, what does Nana Komia know about communication again? Oh, Kwame. When him say, Nana Komia is an old dead horse. Nobody even listens to Nana Komia. What can Nana Komia communicate? Again, Nana Komia betuma communicate. Obi Janchoka say, wow. Where they made it to me. Nana Komia. Nana Komia. Let me show you this. Thank you very much, team. We are talking about Sami Okudjato, Ablakwa. We are talking about George Opariado, Sam George. We are talking about John Dumelu. Mustafa Stan. We are talking about Sami Jemfi. I can show you so many more young people. Joanna Jan Kujo. We can talk about Ayedeng Agboja, John Jinapo, Eric Edem Agbana, Shamima Muslims. These are young people. Tor, Bost, Ghana Gas. Look at these people. Now more than we Jinaman Kofo we Jimmy Mo. We nipa over 400, almost 400. Test con 450 100 nim. Now kwasi phone the power ebreu. How can you win power in 2026 with Nkokra like Nana Komia and Bobodins Hankofowi? Hankofowi. Abronye, dien, ejimi fowi. Na edien na yen team fis Hankofo na no. Na mama consonant we jina mwenim. This verb. What is Bawumia? Me kana mubufu. Define Bawumia. Just define Bawumia. In any language you want to define him. In any language. Define Bawumia. What is a Bawumia? Give me 2 examples of a Bawumia. With diagram, explain how can a Bawumia be relevant. Make sure what a Bawumia is. The answer is the dosun. Explain to the blind man what a Bawumia is. These are questions you need to be asking and answering. Explain with diagram to a blind man what a Bawumia is. To a blind man, what are you going to tell a blind man? And there will be a fra. Now we're explaining what a Bawumia is. What are you going to tell the person? Because everything is imaginary. How are you going to explain a Bawumia, explain or define a Bawumia to a blind person? That is a very important question to you NPP guys. And you sit in Ghana and kwasia samosa. Now let's move forward. Now, we have done the number. We have done the time, team. And the mete story way. Kojo Ponkruma. He started this Bank of Ghana Boka. NPP for his new word, a statement in it. Diversionary tactics was for. So be diverted attention. I don't know their own chain on call for not getting my attention. So Oya kwasienti. O sorry, obi diverted attention. Now obi diverted attention. About them, bring them back to basics. Kwasia biba. They are diverting attention. And don't want people kwasia. Hey, this for they are diverting attention. They are diverting attention. We are diverting attention. Kwasia. Say you divert attention on no the right news you are also following the diversion of attention. Yeah, diverted out the ejire. O ka jom say I divert you. E te say we kwasia me ne wonam na mapaya fa ha. Na instead of say we go straight no. O ka kire o ma do echi say e dey apaya fa ha o. Nipa no baby okwo ne nyeso do kwasia de ejire. You are also diverting attention by following me. So if you don't want to divert attention, then stick to the basics and tell them what is the truth. Kwasia, basic knowledge. Kwasia. I will say. Kwasia bisano. Where Jimmy no. So be a divert attention. What do? Keep your people in line. So tell them what the real issues are. May divert now do Jimmy the diversion de chi. Kwasia bi say. We mu nyina at TV so radio so. Someone chimonka we mu nyina dirty people. O show mo massive dirty people. Yeah, divert here also the diversion de chi. Now when I kwasia. Kwasia kwa. Now Kojo Nkrumah has clarified that the minority has not accused MPP for the minority has not accused Bank of Ghana of mismanagement. Yes, started 2 days ago, 3 days ago, last week. Kojo Nkrumah was all over the place. Adaya. Kojo Nkrumah said Bank of Ghana disika oma boka inti obian feneto eni enye ejimi fo bi didi nechi. Hey, Bank of Ghana boka ene Kojo Nkrumah betena TV so enrichi. Ene busa Kojo Nkrumah. Se si adede awu ye nyina o ka che MPP diversion attention for say eya Bank of Ghana boka ewie sika no. No krebe ne wom Kojo Nkrumah oti TV so me busa ne say Nkrumah yi. Se si ate se MPP ntwamwa no. Waka kire mo say Bank of Ghana boka Bank of Ghana disika aban esi a wote ha ka kire ye pese ehunu no kure no aban no sebio o se Bank of Ghana a mismanage aban sika anase o ma say sika na so ma sika kirem as a human being e kire Ghana for. This is Kojo Nkrumah's response kwasiafo the munima ne diverting attention. Kojo Nkrumah na mudi nechi no and okote na TV so muyentie no
should be paid to those alternative propositions we are putting on the table.
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the POG?
Again?
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the Bank of Ghana?
In all our analysis so far, we have not accused them of mismanagement. We should be paid to those alternative propositions we are putting on the table.
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the POG?
Again?
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the Bank of Ghana?
In all our analysis so far, we have not accused them of mismanagement. We should be paid to those alternative propositions we are putting on the table.
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the POG?
Again?
Do you see these losses as a mismanagement on the part of the Bank of Ghana?
In all our analysis so far, we have not accused them of mismanagement.
It was a good job, Nkrumah. You see, also Bank of Ghana boka. Omo dis Ghana sika, omo say sika, ya chino TV so Kojo. Catch there. In some wa ken nyina wo se Bank of Ghana boka nyina, o pese o kire se omo say Ghana sika na se omo boka. O say yen kan bibia sa kwasiafo. Odbie na no e kan brofo say oh, since you started say obi anka say Bank of Ghana boka. Yen kan so mo dis sika. This is the NPP. J.A Kuffour Gizel Yadi MPP no. The Kuffour Gizel MPP people who lie. Nankwasiafo bi so di omachi and MPP ya Bank of Ghana boka and NTS and diversion attention kwasianko tremba. Kojo Nkrumah say in all the analysis and the statement they put out, omo accuse the Bank of Ghana of mismanagement or messing money up. Into mo story ne saying. Into mo how mo aseme pa na mo ka. O so mo yankwasiafo mo nkenkan. Ya wo mo team ne de mo to bofro nkwan mu a mo jimia na mo de ewu mo bi ya wo mo team na mo to bofro nkwan mu a mo bi mutumi de jimia na matete na mapro oti Bank of Ghana eno no Bank of Ghana no o maboka o divert Kojo Nkrumah na mudi na chi se ntwen no or say on accuse Bank of Ghana of any mismanagement. Sikabian baby. So what is the argument here? Where is the argument? And you see, Kojo Nkrumah is adapting the Kenoforiata strategy. And the strategy is that do not appear on any show with opposing views. It's right now, no do I say on person will be able to TV so Kenoforiata strategy be so Kenoforiata de ejuma. On person obian bag ebe TV so because you see so person we Jimia And now person who expose who in politics so we are true for you try to avoid people with opposing opinions. Anytime so we study Kojo Oponkoma for some time now, he cannot face anytime somebody say meet me. Or say that I be uncle parliament. Now somebody for MP. Somebody say meet me on a public platform. Meet me on a platform whereby everybody can listen. We don't need the air. We don't need Mr. Speaker. Or say no, come to parliament. Because he knows that Osha Sami Jemfi one-on-one obe bien to. And Kojo Oponkoma ni say MPP for Jimmy. Na MPP for Jimmy ya. Then obi to me kase I na no obi kasa ya nche no intend yeso yan kasa otwe kwasia obi kasa ni anche na and oje say o kasa ya nche. And then a man who say MPP for no Jimmy. I last no Malik Basinteli can same way. Sami Jemfi can same way. Can be in there yebecho. And that is how rational human beings should think. Because obi ye asemi endra na so adwene ya wo say enda wo ye chiwa na wo ye kwasia. Intimate sana na bi ka kire don't be scared, don't fear. He oka ye becho. Ubumra no so ye becho. And you need to understand this is basic. Say emrano ubuswa, you will be caught, you will be jailed. So it is not about party when our power. Dabio. So my MPP penyi bi Jimmy say what is social media don't second obeka ye becho. You be jailu ubumra no so ye becho. So you need to understand into Opokroma what he's doing now is on person be exposing on himself or daft or very deficient when it comes to real economic issues. And what he's doing is he's buying prime time now. Obi anyone on kwa bet now. No I know say onim nyansa. But okay so obi mbra contested was say hey I won't come because onim say onye very strong when it comes to the economy discussion and breaking things down. Onim say MPP for the Jimmy. The same thing like Kenofurata never engaged anybody on any platform because Kenofurata himself he's weak. He's not intelligent. Into so biba now start to the questions, sir. He knows he can't answer. Into what he did was one-on-one interviews. And then they take a way because on you can that is the master plan. Avoid other opinions. Try to go through it alone, and then the people will think you are smart. Now show them now to my budget to change Satawali. Nyaduko jina say jabo Satawali were God. You understand the trade. And then I could do Oponkromaye. Or no one share them no autonomum and an Adrian is saying voice here day. The moment you got on Pia Bontinema to only pay him was on yet because on him say only that confidence to prove say he has a good voice. And you been an Oyan Organa Sisiano into Jimmy Fono Sorano Dine Chikojo Ponkroma, he cannot even debate Sami Jemfi on economy. He can't. There's no way. I feel also some member the home turf parliament Kwasia meet Sami Jemfi on TV. Now let me see something. Let me show you something. Ansana Yapon. And then who story way? Why her story way? When we are Casbin for in Krasi for radio, I'll say we say Krasi radio, baby a one opinions papa be any ho. In the end of a transfer can quite one also record. Hono, you must any serious question be a one petition better can be an also record. A Germany Casbin into a when NPP was in government, I used to buy electricity for 100 Ghana cedis, which was lasting for a month. But now, under NDC, 100 lasts for only 3 days. Papa, your friend, Dr. Henry Kweku Baako, Baumia Committee, no, or CEO. Time na MPP what power, do not auto electricity, 100 Ghana for a week. For a month. Now auto light, 100 Ghana a month. Se see NDC buy any day, or no Kokufu auto light 100 Ghana a week. We time MPP was no illegal connection. It's on to me illegal and be and no catch them. Kofu was doing illegal connection. Time na MPP was no illegal connection. Na Nkukobuo kura de kanya ba Akukoboma obeto light 100 Ghana a month. Nkukobuo o de bob ba Akukoko Nkukobuom say anajo be so no oma warmer in a month obeto 100 Ghana. MPP tana Kukofu illegal connection is on to be nye. A illegal connection for he say we here to mainline him na so aye. San kwasi akeka we no de Kumasi radio so no zo. San kwasi asem we ya o. Omo wi anoma kodi bofuro nkwan na no ho nyenyenyan no anoma petege gusu akoda na de ache ne to kan okogya ne na ya tra kwasi asem sa wakotena radio so papa penyin toto wotu afu dwene say na MPP wo so no na meto kanea 1 month 100 Ghana abuofunu na okanea no na esi mpaze. The fact of the case is akwa we MPP was no illegal connection and one na oye watapo onche akokora we and a power tikikan kwasiasem MPP was no illegal connection watapo on fio watapo on fio inti MPP free power na sesi ano ontumi tapo biem osi o sesi ano de week bia no oto 100 Ghana ofui mo betra power illegal connection kwa hwenenim akwa we owro no ho ogira ne ho lines we nyini test comfort we onyan wiyo mo beche papa we mo test comfort sankofo na order the committee this no omunyan wiyo e beche intimo no ansa na munya position na mo di 48 91 na munyina mbrewu test comfort na ba omi aka chem so me I believe in the youth mo youth na mo na mo ko mo di be 35 na mo na mo MPP nkwa na youth organizer we di be 80 me say ankofo we enfree sa position na mo beche na mo nya mo di 58 na mo be wu eti o so mo tem ho asra mo fa mo ho adwene mo agimi kokora we mo ka no kore owe ukona se bofuro osa na wachia ne tia na ukona sa krante dua etua na no owe a otumi te ho krta okotena fia o te sa anopa so kone anopa bete na me ne o freda onfa anopa be 7 to 8 o freda bia onfa oni bofuro no tetra na de enkwasi asemo nkwa na wo to light 100 Ghana a month wa bodam Ghana baba dia Ghana baba dia enti omotik party nim omon kan kure adada tete politics o Kuffour wa unim de Kuffour be ya de en de Kuffour saa o omon kan sem papa bia e na uni anse Kuffour we de odi otumfo atem hwe nana obu na nanim tia san kwasi asem na from 1992 omo politics miensa we de Kuffour obi odi asante atante atem we de otumfo atem nyoma miensa e na nkwasiafo edi nam tire nkwa so de bia no mas frag se omo na ase we de Kuffour ya papa Kuffour we de odi asante mai atem we de otumfo atem san kwasia miensa sem nkwasiasa miensa we e na omo de tikana politics mu o ka bibia omo ntia ase we de J.A Kuffour de wa be ye finished. Second, we dia santimatem we dia santimatem. Third, we dia opim so atem eno ano no kwasesa miensa we no de nam tire nkwan so. Kwasesa miensa we ene ye wo na de to mutirim. Oka so on chenche mpuntu a ultimi nka. Me busa mo one question. Me ka kire mo MPP so say, mo nkire me Kuffour monumental project in the Ashanti region. Yakasa monumental project. Your bow dia na de atare ho. S7 nipa kwasia bi se NHIA abuofunu onsa mobre onsa mubi mobre wa santimemu. One question ko busa ne kofa Kuffour asem ne baaye mo papa Kuffour no mo nkire ade a Kuffour sebe waya esiwa eboa mansan osian Kuffour on de NHIA baaye hwe Kuffour mo kai ye ko he pekiri o ye free mu se nwan me busa mo question mun ya no still Mese busa mu biem. Mese busa mu biem. Binko be bia o. Otumfo dom na na chenchen hine maba me do. Onana baako Kevin Taylor na na menie. Omo ya mehwie nyeye. Waka kire me se mentia onana no mo gimi no. Na na me da ase. Mese busa mu biem. Mo papa Kuffour. Omra santimemu no nka se wei na me ye esiwo. Yese Kuffour akoto wo keje konfo anoche. Kuffour emergency or change nsi. You see hospital in this one, I bet 2x4 I found say I had the ambulance bar now park it. Kuffour emergency. Oh, some movie more Jimmy. Oh, some movie madam in Kura. MPP time na otumfo nsa dan nsa yem na o sere sika koye konfo no che mon fere. Mo gum hu anim ase, enim guasefo. Ene ye papa Kuffour. Mo papa Kuffour so ko fajan train ni abetena Ghana amano an advisor to the finance minister. Mumu bi mu agimi mumbra o channel pa munyina mumbra mo be kire me monumental project unima dey friend monumental project UGMC a monumental project economic wise, social wise, political wise. It is making a difference and in a friend monumental project Mumbusa Papa Kuffour so there Kuffour the NHIS by you and never monumental project nikejetia. Mumu bebre nipa 90% of and na mudidi and a monumental project socially, politically, economically. That is what it means. I feel like I say and I Kuffour buy na Ghana no na wa unim say NHIA or join Kuffour on the health insurance buy. Kuffour on the health insurance buy. As for Jebetna with TV so Emma will document and the chair will say Kuffour J.J. Rawlings at Parliament was talking about NHIA. Monken kaimun ko school. Kakra no mbeko ekurase prempere so be pia bonten na madane wuntumi ye tumu fu amonte na mudwumu to mumu bi I say sisi mu aso enye san dey politics so the modern day politics an kwase sem we enya adwuma biem abrante na otia santimem na wako school wie na ohia opportunity no he does not care about otumfo ntoma without the respect to otumfo yes abrante na jada ni trim na wabakuma obankran obepa bibia kona no he does not care about asante mensia he does not care. He respects Menshia, but Menshia is not going to feed him. Abayuana, when we school now, openness, he does not care about Empower Tumfoshe and Entadio Tumfo, Eshe, and Tuma Wifra, and Akano. He respects and loves Asantamai, but he needs or she needs to live. So opportunity needs to be created for the young lady. Introduce you say, Okojina, Adaka want to aba, or Jene Asantamai flag home, and the move bring more problem. Because without the respect to the king, Odi Hinyaku. Now at the end of the day, what about you? Mumu bebre no mwetimi. Enti enka Kuffour asem. Ye Papa Kuffour. Na modwen se sa kwase asem ne betu so so biem. Me maka mempa obi acha wo Ghana da to vote for NDC. Wow problem. So ope adjective na ko vote ma no. So ope eye de eye consonant Bawumia to ma no. So ope Bawumia go and vote for Bawumia. 2028 ebeba. Ufili sa Bawumia ene chema wuntumi ene beba besisa abrabo amawa tuma omo rade yagopo ene mystery let's see me akobedu me a mixed tribe infantini kakra awuni kakra na mnyini wasantime me a versatile alankash me sane kakra hwe ma me kan kire mu me mpa obi a chewo me see so ufili sa Bawumia betuma aba besisa oman no dollar baby wo obetum di about $1 what 10 it's almost 5 months now sibia Ghana ekono ohun ni say nyoma nkoye nyoma aseya 2028 go and vote for Bawumia hey kotuma Bawumia kotuma Gabi Ochidako kotuma Chema Wuntumi kotuma Eyede Oforiata kotuma Ekufuado kotuma sankofo na kotuma omo mini problem me won kontokwa o how na saying so that Ghana when Bawumia ne Ekufuado 8 years de o ma adwuma ye o papa adwuma ye o ko school de si kotoma Bawumia me nka bibia nkyerɛ me mpa wo kyerɛ so da because the same way o say obeto aba Bawumia obi so ho ade ni asɔde aba we ayo beto am aban no so I'm not going to beg you my friend me menya tete politics so the question of the day from the quiz master Kevin Ekobedu Taylor is what is a Bawumia and I want to ask the most important question explain define Bawumia to a blind man. I'll come tomorrow and get my answers. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers and good night. Abuache gigim.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No answer mine. Abuache. You will for Belgium fan. It was Betia Belgium fan. It was two Belgium fan. Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Super why round what? It was for Belgium fan. It was Betia Belgium fan. It was two Belgium fan. It was the Belgium fan. Why you're yet? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is them what? Yeah, we papa no. What one is them what? Yeah, we papa no. What one is them what? Yeah, we papa no. What one is them what? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? I want me to bang your butt. Where you mind, don't crumba.